All right. Welcome to another episode of Night at the Bricks.
Night at the Bricks.
I am your host, Ruiz, or you can call me Dogma, and my co-host, Wolf.
Hi, fellas.
And today we have a guest, a very dear friend of mine, Ivan.
What's up? What's up? Thank you for having me. I appreciate being here. It's really nice to be here, man. I'm
Dude,
excited.
I wanted you last week, dude, and I was super excited, and then you sent me a message, and I read it wrong, and I was like, oh fuck, he meant next week. Because it was your
Yeah,
girlfriend's birthday, yeah.
it was. Yeah, we had some plans, and it's her birthday, so I couldn't. No matter what, there's no excuse that I could come up with to get away from
Yeah.
that. So I had to spend it that day. So I apologize, but we're here. I'm here, and I'm excited to be here, man.
Awesome.
Super
No, it's
excited.
right. I think you wouldn't have been here if you had missed your girlfriend's birthday. I think we're all good.
Definitely not.
Did you guys get a Airbnb?
We stayed at this a new hotel that just opened up, not even like 6 months ago. It's
Mm-hmm.
here in town, and it was like a really really nice hotel, and we stayed there for the night, and it was actually really cool. Just hung out, got drunk. It was great.
Dude, I fucking love hotels, bro.
hmm
I love the first thing I do at a hotel is I set the AC perfect amount.
Oh, yes. And what's great about this place was that it's the one place that I went to that I've ever been to where you could drop it below a certain temperature. We had it at 59 degrees. It allowed you to go that low.
Oh, there was like no
59.
lock on it. You're dropping it down to the
I just
50s. I
went.
like it.
I always go and just click on the button until it can't go lower. I just keep on going.
I have a refrigerator that would probably struggle to even meet 59. That's awesome.
It was great, bro. I took my blanket from home and it was honestly really nice.
Yeah, it's crazy how you get the best sleep at these hotels.
It really
just
is.
cranking the AC low and you get
Mhm.
shitty ass puffy blankets. I love it. Comforters.
Yeah, it was
100%,
great.
dude.
Oh,
Fucking I've the last hotel I stayed in, dude. This is how I discovered I'm getting old. So the bed wasn't a hard mattress. It was soft. So when I would wake up, dude, my back was aching because I'm like, indented inside the fucking mattress because it was a soft mattress, and I'm
you're
just like,
sleeping in the position of like the shape of a croissant.
no,
It's completely uncomfortable.
you're like a V, dude. You're just like a V. No, yeah, that's exactly it, dude. Fucking a V in the mattress, and that's why I realized because the mattress at home, my shit is fucking like my shit is
Sorry.
like solid, dude. But the mattress, a hotel, yeah, that shit was soft as fuck. And that's when I realized, I have to have a very firm mattress.
I'm a
Well,
side sleeper, so like I feel like for me the softer it is, the better. Because when it is hard, I feel like I'm getting to the age where now my hip, I feel like I feel it more when it's like on a harder mattress if I'm on my side.
dude,
So it needs to be squishy for me.
dude, when I was in the Marine Corps, I used to sleep on my stomach.
I think. Well, I mean,
Oof.
same. But
Did
I mean,
you?
I could have slept on the floor.
I mean, well, obviously, we could have slept anywhere. I think we have. I think we slept at that airport that was like, remember that airport before deployment? They were
Yeah, I
like,
mean, we've definitely slept on every surface. I mean,
dude,
even standing up.
no, but I
yeah.
mean, on the field, I would sleep on my stomach, dude. You know how people are
Wow.
like, "Oh, just take the bug layer off your sleeping system, and you're good during the winter or the summer."
Yeah.
But dude, I used to sleep on my stomach all the time. But before that, like when I was in college, I was a side sleeper too. I was never a back sleeper until now. Now that I'm old, but sleeping on your stomach is crazy, dude.
That's insane, bro. I feel like I would wake up with the worst back pain.
Are your back? I
No,
understand
like
that.
on my stomach. I used to sleep on my back, like I was in a coffin,
Dude, isn't
and
that
then
crazy? Is it,
bro, so weird.
dude, fucking humans, dude. How do you sleep,
You,
Wolf?
you're Ivan's grabbing his shoulders like he's in a coffin, like a fucking
He's
vampire.
he's like a
He's
count.
dead.
He's Count Chocula, dude. Just sit one hand on each side.
No, I feel like I'm the weird outcast right now because I don't even really have a position. I always sleep like in a pretzel position like every night. I just move around
Dude.
and I do all sorts of weird shit.
Dude,
Maybe that's why my back's all jacked up. I'm 30 something, so I
dude,
could be
dude,
too fucking old. For this.
Wolf. When we hit the fleet, Wolf was my rack mate. He was my first roommate, and he slept
a
above
celly.
me. I don't know how he got the top rack and I got the bottom rack, but one time, Wolf would go get water in the middle of the night or like piss, and he turned the light on. Go ahead and tell a story, Wolf.
Is this the water bottle?
Yes, this is the Nalgene bottle story.
No, I mean, you have to climb up there. There's like a ladder on the foot of the bed. So Reese is asleep, and I get up for whatever reason, and I have a Nalgene bottle right where the top of the ladder is, and then there's a post next to it. So, like, usually what I would do is, especially when I'm half asleep, I'm not thinking, but I would normally hop up and I would grab the post and climb up. But what happened was when I hopped up in the mid dark, whatever it was, it was very low lit, I think. I grabbed the bottle instead of the pole, and I ended up just straight like falling back. Like the way you sleep in the straight coffin position, I fell right onto a fucking dresser, slammed my back. I'm like rolling on the floor. Yeah. Man, those that was really I hated those barracks though, man.
Dude, fucking Wolf was like, dude, you woke up and stared at me. I don't recall waking up.
Yeah, yeah. Now that you say that, my bad. You woke up. You woke up and you like were sleeping. Actually, you were sleeping on your stomach, and you woke up and you
Damn.
like turned your head and like kind of leaned up and stared at me, and like the look on your face, like the lights were on, no one's home, and I was kind of scared. I'm like, Breeze, and just no response, and then you laid back down. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Dude, he woke up and is like, do you remember waking up last night? I'm like, what are you talking about? Dude, Wolf ate shit, dude.
Damn. Bro, you must have been tired because that must have been loud, especially like dead of
Dude,
like at night.
You would think I was tired, but I've had that experience before. When I was a freshman in high school. I think I've told you this story. And I spent the night at my friend's house, right? So
Mhm.
I spent the night at his house because in the morning I was gonna go bang my girlfriend. And
Nice.
during the night, he went out to go steal radios with his other friend. And
Whoa.
he came back during the night and he was telling me all about it. And he told me, he's like, bro, you were up and like talking to me, responding to me. It's like, what do you
Oh,
mean
you were
you don't
doing
remember?
sleepwalking.
Yeah, dude.
What?
He was like, oh, you were talking to me. I was telling you about this. I'm like, dude, I woke up and then I went to my girlfriend's house. I don't remember talking to you at all.
That's insane.
What the hell? I mean,
Yeah.
I've slept talked. I've slept walked. I don't think I've done anything like that. That's wild.
He said that I stood up smiling, just talking to him for like 30 minutes. Can you
That's fucking
imagine?
scary.
Can you imagine talking to someone like that and they're like, "What are you talking about?" The next day, hell nah, dude.
You know, that's how documentaries are made. You wake up and there's a pile of bodies and blood, and you're like, "What the hell happened?"
That's like the start of a game.
It really is. It's
Yeah,
like
it is.
what the fuck happened here? It's like a random ass town, but no, he told me like I was smiling, and I went to bed immediately when he was tired, and that's what I think. That's what Wolf experienced. That exact thing. I haven't done it since, but it's funny to think that that's.
Well, I mean, you haven't done it that you don't know about it. So
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
true. I could have woken up and just started talking to the fucking mirror in my wall, dude.
good have. I
That's
mean, they need to put a
insane.
paranormal activity
Yeah.
camera in your room.
Can you
You're
imagine?
just standing there.
I'm just yelling. I'm like fucking monologuing, walking back and forth my room.
Bro. Imagine that like you do put a video or like a camera to record you and then you're just pacing back and forth like just mumbling. That's
Dude,
some scary shit,
Dude,
bro.
would you
That is
tell
scary
someone
shit.
or would you keep it to yourself?
I
Fuck,
think
man.
I feel like I would have I would keep it to myself for a bit and then like keep on recording myself and then maybe see if I'm not saying some crazy stuff. But like I'd probably show some of the homies.
Well, it
Show you
depends on what you're
guys.
doing. If you're standing still or like mumbling as you're pacing the room, what if you're doing something crazy? What if you're like grabbing the edge of the bed and you're like twerking or something? I mean, who knows what you could be doing?
or,
Throwing ass.
You're
or
throwing
like,
straight ass at 12:30 a.m.
or you open the Facebook app and you're just DMing someone like one single letter over and over and over again.
I don't know. I think either way, if you tell a therapist, they're putting your ass in
I think
Guantanamo.
if they told someone that you were doing that, I think they'd come arrest you anyway, dude.
Yeah, yeah, you're done.
Restraining order instantly.
Ivan, you went to college, right?
I did. I went for 3 years.
Did you do like a dorm type situation when you were there?
No, I was fortunate enough, or I don't know if it's fortunate enough, but I lived only about 35, 40 minutes away from the campus, so I just drove there every day. I
Oh,
would
it's
only
like that's not too bad.
no, I was only going to school either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday or Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. So I would just drive there, have the all day classes, and then, make my way home.
That's a smart way to do it. When I attempted college after the Marine Corps, I scheduled my days not knowing. I would schedule one class per weekday. And
Hmm.
I don't know why I did that. But anyway, neither here nor there. I was gonna ask you about like funny dorm fucking stories because I'm sure they would be like same as barrack stories,
Yeah, no,
wild shit going on there.
yeah, I don't got nothing like that.
Dude,
I mean, yeah.
dude, Ivan didn't experience college like that, but Ivan's high school stories are pretty good. But we can get into that later. I was just wondering because I asked Ivan about Airbnb because I've heard horror stories about Airbnb. I don't know if you experienced any horror stories of Airbnb, Wolf.
Oh, I definitely have. I like this topic.
Because you know how like I don't know. I've heard fucking someone gets an Airbnb and it's like it's like
You get like a
scheduled,
trap door.
yeah, or
Yeah.
like scheduled for two people and then it's a scam.
And then like the weirdo stays with them and like tries to kill them or something. Yeah.
But I know Ivan's been into like where he's had a few Airbnbs.
Hmm.
So I
Have you had
asked.
any horror stories like that, Ivan?
No, no. Fortunately, no. I feel like the one thing that is I think smart to do with Airbnbs is stay at the places that have reviews and like that seem legit reviews. And I don't like I'm not gonna say somewhere where it's like a brand new spot and no
Hmm.
reviews, just because I feel like we've all like heard of those stories. So it's like no, I don't want to do that. So we've stayed at a probably I don't know more than five or about five Airbnbs now, and
Damn.
they've all been super super nice. They've been all different locations, different styles, and it's been honestly really really cool. But other than like it being so expensive because there's always like some deposit or cleaning fees.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I think the one time that was kind of just like creepy is I think there was this we were staying in this place in Northern California called Arcata, and it's just a super small town right by the coast, and we were in the Airbnb, we were watching TV, and how the Airbnb was structured. It's kind of those. It's like a town where there's like Airbnbs on top of like shops or homes on top of like businesses and stuff. And
Yeah.
so
Oh, I know what you mean.
yeah, so this one was like I guess like an old shop that got converted. I don't know, but there's two Airbnbs on top. The bottom was in construction. So but it was only separated by a like a gate essentially. So if you're gonna go to the apartment on the left, you go through the left gate. If you're gonna go to the apartment to the right, you go to the right gate. But there's nothing once you go through the gate, there's nothing that like is stopping you from going to the other side or like going to each other's spots. But we were watching TV and the front door you could face it from the living room. or it's facing the living room, and it's this weird door where the top is glass, so people can look inside. And my girlfriend and I were just having this conversation of the fact that it's scary, and it feels like somebody's gonna watch us. And kid you not, probably like 20 minutes later, we're like watching TV and we're talking. We heard a noise. We look over to the front door and we just see this man's face
Hell
just
no.
just staring right at us. And I was like, what the fuck? And well, I'm with my girlfriend. I gotta be the man. So like after like the man walks away, I kind of like go to the door and like I grab a knife and like I open the door and like poke my head. And what I think it was, and I'm pretty sure it was like a DoorDasher or like a friend to the other Airbnb, because there was another tenant staying on the other side. But dude, it was like the creepiest thing because it was like the most movie style scene where you're just sitting there, you like feel something looking at you, you look over, and then there's just this face, like it's just this white man's face just staring at you.
That's wild.
Hell
And bro,
no, bro.
bro, my heart sank, and even my girl and I, thankfully, we weren't like 100% sober, so like we were like, what the fuck, and that sobered us up, but it was just nah, man. It was such a sketchy
I mean, I feel like
thing.
you're trying to cope with it, saying it's a DoorDasher or a friend.
Yeah,
of
no,
the other
100%, bro. We that's what we told ourselves, and what we did after that is I found like a like a I don't know, a kitchen towel, like one of those big ones you put like on the stoves,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the handle. Yeah, we I got that, you know, widthwise. I put it over the door and closed the door so the actual towel was inside, but it was blocking the glass.
Mhm.
Because I was like, nah, we're not dealing with that again. And I was so scared. But it's like, what do? You're in a town that you don't know. You're with your girlfriend, and like you kind of have to feel like you're not scared. You're tough and this and all this. And it's like, no, bro, I was
That's
terrified.
crazy, dude.
I was terrified.
That's
That
wild. That
that
is fucking crazy.
that is fucked. Like, so how
I
far
don't
was
even
this?
know what I would do.
I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, right? Like, fucking
Bro,
cover the walls.
dude, I was like thinking of every scenario. Like if he comes back like looking for what I could use for weapons and like certain areas.
It's gonna be
It's-
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat, dude.
You
Bro,
gotta
it's
go to
just
the kitchen, grab a kitchen knife. You gotta turn all the lights off to make sure he can't see in. Like you gotta be crazy.
turn on the lights outside so he can't really see in, but you can see out.
Yeah.
Bro,
Wild.
it
Dude,
was like full on, just like I'm waiting for him to attack, so I'm just gonna be sitting here on my reading nook, just waiting.
you know how like there's videos of those chicks who are like, what I do every time I stay at an Airbnb, and they have like one of those like IR camera finders, and they're just
Yeah.
inspecting everything. I feel like that's smart, but to an extent, like if you're that paranoid,
She's traveling like fucking 007
Yeah,
or like she's a Mossad agent,
at
you know?
that
Like that's
point-
wild.
just stay home, man. But
Bro,
Like imagine her like in the
yeah.
airport going through with all these gadgets and they're like, what is this, man?
She-
Like
she's
who are you
fucking-
working for?
what's that dude who like he changes his hands to be? What's his name?
Oh, I don't know.
I forget his
Like-
name. God damn it.
like Agent 47 or something.
No, he was like a cartoon character back in like the early
Oh.
2000s. But he had
That's
all these
fucking wild,
gadgets,
dude.
dude. But-
Oh, Inspector Gadget?
Inspector Gadget, yeah.
Oh yes.
But yeah, man,
Wow, I
I've
haven't
seen
thought of
videos of these chicks like doing all this shit, and at that point, like if you're so paranoid, just stay home. But like obviously you went and you're like, oh, it's just been normal all this time. Why would I expect everything to be crazy now?
Yeah.
I mean, you can't doubt though. There is a lot of craziness that happens, but if you're
100%.
traveling with that much paranoia, it's like that's
You
the
should,
most-
always have a sense of a consciousness, know your exits, all that Marine Corps bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, not kill
Yeah.
every person you meet.
My only exit is drawing my pistol and blowing my own shit smooth off.
No,
So-
I don't carry or anything like that. So it was like, okay, what's the biggest knife or the most Like, what can make the most damage here? That's what I was looking for.
Yeah,
And,
it's. I mean, shit. Got to run to the kitchen or something. That's crazy.
and the sad reality is, bro, if they break in and they have a bigger knife, you're
It's
fucked.
GG's. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got no tactical training, bro. I just got playing Call of Duty.
Bro,
And what am I gonna do?
the
Got Commando
crazy
Pro?
part
Dude,
is,
that's how SEALs train, dude. Playing Call of Duty, you could definitely beat anyone's ass after that.
well, I mean, fucking Ukrainian soldiers are using like a modded GTA to use drones. I don't see why
No, that
SEALs
is
wouldn't
true.
be.
Wait, I saw that. Was that a legit thing?
Yeah, man, they're using a modded GTA port to train to use drones.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
I think no, I think you're more brave than you think, Ivan. So Ivan has this thing where he says, he if you were to join, because obviously Ivan was in the military, his brother was, which is also
Mhm.
one of my best friends. But Ivan says, or will always tell me, if you were to join the military, you would have joined the army. And I'm
Mhm.
always like,
Yeah.
I'm like, why deem yourself so low? The Marine Corps would have happily had you, and you would have passed with flying colors. Because remember the fucking characters we've seen in the Marine Corps?
Oh yeah.
Wolf, like,
I mean, yeah, fuck it, dude. At my old age now, dude, there's fucking jobs for everyone everywhere. But I always fucking encourage the kids that say that. Like, I mean, I say like I talk to 18-year-olds because I'm in the union. I'm like, I'll talk to all these kids. Like, I don't know what to do. I should just join the military. I'm like, dude, go Marine Corps, go Marine Corps. I always talk about it, but if like at the same time, I'm like, if you have like a career that you want to pursue, dude,
Mhm.
a lot of branches have a lot of cool fucking opportunities.
Yeah, I think at the time I think it was like more of the fact that like that like I knew that like just the stuff that like my brother told me about like boot camp and about the training. I was like, I don't know if I'll be able to do that. And I was like, I feel like the army was just kind of more up my, up my alley
dude,
of like, okay, I've done football, I've trained hard, but like obviously it's much different than just running some drills and hell week and stuff. But
yeah.
I just felt like the Marine Corps, you hear the saying,
Sorry.
you watch the videos and all this, and it's just like, man, like I was just like in the mindset of, nah, Marines are just those guys are just way too hardcore for me.
You'd be surprised
Yeah,
how many people
it's
fall through the
different.
cracks,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, that well, I mean that too, but also it's like not just like physical shit. It's more just putting up with bullshit
Yeah,
at the
it's
same
Yeah.
putting
time.
up with a lot of trash. I remember in the Crucible, I had remember the fuck was his name? Chambers. He was like, ears for like 5 minutes straight, and we have to, respond. Open, sir. I just stopped responding.
Yeah.
I'm just staring him dead in the eyes. I'm angry. Someone stole my fucking food. All I have left was like blueberry cobbler. I'm
That's the thing
angry.
is like initial boot camp was like nothing crazy, but at the same time, like they try to push you, so they'll have starve you, which technically I don't think they're allowed to do, but they did to us. I mean, they'll starve you, they'll just malnourish your ass with like no sleep, no food, constant movement, constant physical exertion, and then like a large amount of stress, and you're just like enduring that for a long time. And then you just kind of like get hardened to it. I'm not gonna lie, it just happens. But
And
you're not
I
wrong,
don't
dude.
and I don't know, and like I don't know if this is switching the topic a little bit. And I don't mean to. It will come back to this. Um, but I don't know if you guys have seen the whole thing with Hegseth and his new kind of standards for boot camps. And do you think that that has changed? And do you guys think, since you guys both went through it, do you guys think that like maybe is it harder now, or do you think it was much a harder time when you guys went through?
Dude,
Fuck,
that's
dude.
that's that's actually a good question. Because when we even went through, it was still old fashioned Marine Corps. I know a lot of things changed with implementation of females. Did females get implemented in San Diego, Wolf?
It was happening slowly, but I know Hegseth, he's definitely trying to like encourage more fitness,
Hmm.
which is fucking great. I mean, you need more of that, but right now, it really like softened. It seems like it comes in waves. So
Right.
I think Reese and I joined at a time where it was hard motherfuckers.
It
And we were
was.
almost on like a downward direction
It,
because then
it
after
was.
we got out,
It was because when we joined in, we still had salt dogs. We had vets. We had dudes who
Yeah.
went to Iraq, Afghanistan, and now,
even our unit at the time, like Marja, like there was
yeah, they
big
just
battles
got
at a
back
time.
from like big ass wars.
And
But
then like after we got out, yeah, it was like a lot of soft, easy, you can't call me that. And then the whole 2020 COVID thing happened,
dude.
transgenderism, a lot of transgender and like female integration, which actually like recently kind of started to happen. And it seems like they're realizing like it might not be working,
Dude.
or maybe it's just a change of command, like ideology, but
yeah, I
they're
think that's
trying
exactly
to
what it is.
separate it.
Yeah, 100%. I remember.
So,
Oh, keep going, keep going. I have
oh
my
my
thought.
bad. No, I was just gonna say, so like Hegseth, like that the changes on that, dude, like honestly, like they sound good. I know like not every I hate politicians.
Dude, the thing is,
But-
do you remember our Secretary of Defense or Secretary of War? Do you remember who it was when we were in? Because I don't. But you remember, you know Hegseth.
That's the funny thing
that's
is
true.
that is true because even when I was younger and I mean when you guys were in it, I mean I was in high school and stuff, but I don't know nothing about like Department of War and stuff like
Yeah.
that or Department of Defense back then, but yeah, I didn't know nobody up until Hegseth, and now like I think if I was 18 and freshly out of high school and I saw Hegseth being my the head honcho Department of War, like I'm
He's
signing
been
up.
cracking down. Like he wants every like 2-month reports. He wants to review all the people that are in right now standing. He wants to like get all of them up to a standard with grooming, PT. He's like, all right, like if women want to be a part of this, we're just gonna have one standard. So if you could make it, make it. But he's not gonna like lower the standards to where Reese and I kind of saw that a little bit. Not too much when we're in, but we saw females. They would drop their packs during hikes. They wouldn't be up to physical
It
standard.
was pathetic.
And then
Dude,
the men in their units, which we, by the way, full disclosure, we never worked with women, but the units that we saw, they would drop their packs. They wouldn't hold up to physical standard. The men would have to pick up for them, and we saw that, and we're just thankful we didn't have to deal with it. I mean, dude, Hegseth implementing this—that's fucking great, dude. I think that's fucking awesome, man.
I think so too.
Do you remember how many fucking sergeant women we had to deal with? I mean, that's beyond the point, right? Like, where were we at? Where were we at?
Oh, that's true. I mean, maybe
Get back on track. Get back on track.
I just want to let everyone know that I had to deal with so many female sergeants and staff sergeants that I forget where we were at.
In admin
Yeah,
roles
an
that we had to
admin,
just deal with in
on
passing
deployment,
by.
like so many female
Yeah.
staff and like female sergeants.
I mean, you and I never directly worked with females, though, luckily.
That's the funny part. We never worked with females, and on deployment, they showed up. They showed up for some reason. But you,
Yeah.
dude, where were we at, dude?
No, we were talking about me when we were talking about I would have gone Army instead of Marine Corps.
Oh yeah, I think Ivan cuts himself short. I think he would have been a perfect Marine, but at the same time, you don't really want to strive to be a Marine. You want to be more. You want to be the best you can be, and no, that's not.
I was
Army.
gonna say, dude, it's probably a fucking a good thing that you didn't get in.
Yeah.
You're doing bigger and better things outside of it,
But
Nah.
Ivan would have been a perfect Marine, dude. The thing that I like about Ivan is that he thought he wasn't good enough, but I promise you, dude, there was some shitbirds that me and Wolf had to deal with, and then now those shitbirds, not gonna name any names, but they're higher ranked than we would have ever thought. And
it's funny because like I think Reese and I have been over this topic multiple times, but you can't pound it home enough. It's the people that should have stayed in to guide the Marine Corps in the right
We
direction, they
talk
got
about
out
this
because they were
every
smart.
day.
And yeah, and then the people that were dumb as fuck, that really had poor leadership, that encouraged and just were followers, and they could never do things on their own. They're the guys that stayed in, and they're yes people, yes
They
man.
are. They are, dude. Dude, that's funny you say that because um I used to be. Do you remember? Obviously, well, if you remember him, I don't know if I should name his name, but he was like Marine of the Year 2017 or some shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
2015.
yeah,
Yeah.
and he's the one that took me to go get NJP'd, but he had hope for me, and he never gave up on me, and he made me from a D tier Marine to an A tier Marine.
Damn.
And now he's gay. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy?
The setup for that.
But I still would.
It was a very wild turn because I mean, look, there's nothing really wrong with it. It's just it was a wild.
It was.
It's just very.
No one
like,
expected that fucking turn.
no one expected that. Imagine seeing like the hardest motherfucker. He like put out. He looked after his guys. A good ass dude, genuinely. And like everyone really respected him, looked up to him. And then like all of a sudden you see like a post, and it's just like him in a twink, you know, and you're like, what the hell?
Dude,
It was very off-putting, but to this day, I still got no problems with that
Dude,
guy. He did right by me.
I loved him. He loved Wolf. He loved me. He knew we were best
did.
friends. Remember
Yeah, he did.
in a Bridgeport, he'd be like, look, Reese, there's Wolf, and I'd be like, gotta go, Steph. Sorry.
Yeah,
Oh, dude,
Thanks,
I love.
man.
The sad thing is, dude, I'll probably never see him again. But honestly, is that really a bad thing? I think it's a
mean-
good thing because life goes on.
But I feel like that's why life is a little weird too, because I feel like it's like that with with work, and you you do everyday things with these people. You see them every day. They become your routine and everything, and then out of nowhere, you leave your job, or you get deployed, or you get stationed somewhere else, or you get out of the military. It's like then they become nobody, and then it's like you don't ever see them again.
Did
It
you
is
go
life.
through like a little bit of that with like college friends and whatnot?
Yeah.
No, 100% with college friends. I remember there's ones that we would have every Tuesday and Thursday. We would have this, like, one class would end at the same time. We was two different classes him and I had. They would end at the same time, but then the following class was the same class that we would have together, and we would have this like 2 hour wait. So then it was like always just chilling, getting food, going to our cars, hitting the pot, smoking a little bud, whatever the case may
Yeah.
be before class. Like just typical college shit, right? And like, dude, it was like 2 semesters of just hanging out, and then boom, like I stopped going to school, and then he continued, and then now he's doing whatever he's doing, and it's just the weirdest thing, because then you just like you don't talk to them, like, and then like now when you talk to them, it's like you've never known them anymore. Like you don't know them anymore, because it's like it's two different people now.
Yeah.
I
I
even deal with that about like my high school friends. Like we're still close and we talk, but not like that. And then
Yeah.
we still hang out. We have fucking dinners every year or whatever. But it's just weird because you go through that. And I guess that's life, dude. I mean, we're at different stages of it right now, but being fucking 30 something,
And I think it's like one of those things too, right? Where like we're at the age where we used to think of, like, when we were younger, and at that age where we would always hang out with our boys and like the people you grew up with, and then like now we're at that age where life is happening, and it's just like it's the craziest thing to me, because it's like, what the fuck? Now we're at that age where we would talk about, imagine when we're doing, at this age, or what we're gonna be doing at this, and it's just like, fuck. Now we're
Yeah.
here.
yeah.
Yeah, fucking that's wild. I still feel like I'm 23, I'm not gonna lie, but then like reality hits me and my back hurts. I sleep on a soft mattress and I'm twisted.
Yeah, I'm over here pretzeling, dude. I'm just done.
Wrist braces.
I think one of the biggest reality checks, man, I'm gonna be honest, is when you get out of the military. I know you've probably experienced this to an extent, Ivan, but in the Marine Corps, I could go to Wolf's room, knock on his door, and be like, "What are you doing, retard?" And then he will open the door and be like, "Nothing, man. Come in." And then, but if I call someone out here in the civilian world, they won't answer and be like, "I'm busy." You know,
Yeah.
it's like everyone's so busy and focused on their life that they forget about their friends, I guess, or they depict friendship in a certain different extent and have different priorities. But it's a sad reality that we live in where I can't, I can't call someone and be like, "Hey, you want to go to the store?" Versus, knocking on the door and being like, "Hey, let's go to the store."
Yeah.
uh, and most of the time your friends are going to say no. And I think that's the effect of modern times that are affecting people's minds compared to, like, let's say back in the day when no one had a phone. I think everyone thinks they're more busy than they really are. What do you think?
I honestly think that that's valid. I feel like I've even come to the point too now where it's like if I'm not working, I'm probably just hanging out with my girlfriend or I'm golfing. I love golfing, so I'm either at the range or wanting to do something. I think now, and I've come to the age where I think I've hung out a lot with people where now I just like the peace of just being by myself, being with my girlfriend or
Hmm.
whatever. But I do I do understand the fact that like I think people think they're busier than they really are. I feel like it doesn't take long, to send a message or hey, let's go grab a drink and spend an hour or two together. Hey, let's go grab, some food or whatever. Now, I feel like people definitely do think that they're a lot busier than they really are. But I also feel like I'm of the age now, being 28, where I'm like, man, I think I just I think I just want to go to the golfing range and sip on a tall can, put on my headphones, and listen to some Noah Kahn or something.
Dude, back in the '80s, man, they would people would hang out, go to the bar, fuck the same, spit roast the same prostitute,
All
have a good
right,
time, you know?
dude.
Damn,
I'm just saying, there was pay phones and no cell phones to record all this nonsense. No one had meta goggles, you know?
that I feel like I do I shouldn't say fantasize of that, but I think about like how the fact that like back in the day would have been such a cool vibe of being like nothing's recorded. You could be, get
Live in the
drunk with the
moment, yeah.
boys and live in the moment. Like, and then if you made a fool of yourself, you don't have to worry about being on someone's Snapchat story or,
Exactly.
somebody
I'm
recording
just
you or
gonna be on
something.
the headlines of the newspaper. It's all right.
Or like not even that. Like let's say you spilled you pissed on yourself. Maybe people remember that for a little bit, but then maybe you could start switching the story on them. Like, no, I didn't. I
Yeah,
you
you
know.
have a gun. It's open carry, a lot lenient firearm
I
rules.
would
You know,
never let
fucking
Wolf live if I knew he pissed himself.
nah,
I
dude.
still bug Wolf about fucking falling off the top rag, dude.
I mean,
Bro, I remember I was on duty. Do you know what duty is, Ivan?
Is that when you guys were like on for 12 hours or
I-
24
It's
hours?
it's essentially you're like the barracks manager, right? You're like the front desk, and you're wearing the nice little uniform. Actually, you know what? I have a video if you guys want to watch it real quick.
let's
Yeah,
do it.
let's do it.
Here, let's watch fucking Terminal Boot.
Duty's like the 24-hour post. You like,
He has a video on duty, dude. Duty, yeah. So, believe it or not, uh, these guys were these guys were this on in the same time as me and Wolf. But let's watch this video real quick. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah.
yes.
No one reads at duty, dude. They say deployment. No one reads.
Well, I bet lots of caffeine.
Energy drinks. Fucking Mountain Dew. Gamer fuel. At the time was a thing.
Yeah, the kickstart.
Yeah, Kickstarter. Yeah. 4 hour on, 4 hour off. That was the thing. I guess they do things differently in the West Coast. It's his duty.
Just trying to stay sane. It looks like.
Here comes the officer. Wolf,
Yeah,
did
it's
you
like
ever
being-
did you ever go patrol?
Yeah, I'd go patrol. I wouldn't try to get anyone in trouble, but I'd just walk around because I was falling asleep. Yeah.
I'd go patrol just to say that I did. Like they're like, did you go
Yeah.
patrol? And I'd be like, yeah, I did at this time. But a lot
You
of
know,
people.
because
Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, patrolling like that's its own thing. It's like if you're on duty, I'm not saying you have like an obligation or anything, but like if you see something crazy happen, like if someone duct tapes a PFC in between two mattresses and they throw them off a third story, it's like, should I say something? Like if I get caught not
It's
saying
like
anything, then
it's like, guys, you can't be doing that. Please go back in your rooms.
and like if the officer or like someone higher than me sees me see it, then I have to do something. So I'd rather just like
Exactly.
not see it, I'd rather just like fucking be on my own.
But at least if you patrolled, you were like, oh, I did patrol, sir. Here's the times. You know?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
You're
I never
covering-
had the
You're covering your ass, essentially.
I never had the time on, time off though. I would just be I
Oh,
was
you
always
never
kinda
did
fucked
that?
as a junior Marine.
Bro, we did
No, they'd
four
always
on,
put me
4
on.
off. We always did 4 on, 4 off.
I could be wrong, but I don't remember doing that shit.
It sucks so bad, dude. You're so bored. You download every like free game app on your phone. And if you don't have a bitch to talk to, this is you.
Now you're back.
Yep, 4 a.m.
So the 4 hours on, 4
Oh,
hours off, the 4
this
hours
is-
off. You just go to your room and take a nap or something.
Yeah, and if they ask you, where's your A duty, which is your assistant duty, you tell them, oh, he's patrolling. He's not. He's just fucking in his room checking off. You text them, hey, put your shit on. Fucking duty officers here coming to the duty hunt. But the cigarette thing is like so real. Huh, Wolf?
Yeah, just chain smoking red.
You're just chain smoking all day, dude. You're chain smoking all day. They have better duty hits than we did, honestly. Oh, this is relief. Yep. That guy's trying to hold his laugh in. That if a staff sergeant shows up like that, that means that dude fucking his wife left him. No staff sergeant will ever show up like that.
He's just pissed off, drunk or something.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I have a story about that too. It was like we had a new master sergeant. And he was like trying to make a name for himself in the unit, and I was underage in my barracks room on a Friday night partying, and then a Saturday morning I woke up early. There's beer bottles everywhere. It was like a barracks party, and I was cleaning up, and I cleaned up everything, and I had missed behind the door. I missed like 3 or 4 empty beer bottles, and the master sergeant on a Saturday morning at like
Wait,
7, 8
hold on.
a.m.
You're getting inspected on a Saturday morning?
No, dude, it was a Friday night barracks party, and then Saturday morning I woke up early to clean. You know when you like wake up early and you're just like, all right, let me get this mess cleaned up. You
Yeah.
know, and like I wasn't expecting anyone. No one
Dude,
usually comes on a
you should
weekend. They
never
don't leave you
expect
alone.
anyone. Like,
So
especially you
like
guys
I'm
have
playing like
families.
right. So I'm playing music. I have my door open and I'm sweeping. I'm fucking, cleaning everything. I go throw trash out. I fucking this and that. I come back and I'm cleaning. I've like Lysol wipes or something. I'm like just cleaning everything, keeping things like sanitary and shit. And all of a sudden I see someone in my doorway and I'm like expecting someone we know. It's that master sergeant. I'm like, oh fuck. And I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, good morning, master sergeant. And he just walks into my room and he's just
Hell
looking
no.
around. He's like looking around, fucking walks to the back, back to the front. I'm just standing there awkward as fuck. He he closes the door, like not in a weird way, but he was gonna check in my fridge to see if I had alcohol because I wasn't allowed to have alcohol. I was underage. And as he closed the door, he saw there was 3 or 4 empty beer bottles on a table behind the
Damn.
door. And he was like, what the fuck is this? And I'm like, I didn't know what to say. So I was just like, I don't know. I don't know. I just kept saying that. And what I should have said was I found him on the catwalk. I was cleaning up. I was gonna throw him away. Just giving him a bullshit excuse, but I didn't know what to say, so I just said I don't know. And he's like, all right. And he called over all these people, and then basically he was like, all right, like I'm gonna get you in trouble for this. And he tried to fuck me on that. I'm not gonna lie. And I just remember that, like, dude, like it's a
Fucking
Saturday
kill
morning.
that
Like, go enjoy
motherfucker,
your
dude.
family. Go enjoy family. Breakfast. Go fucking spend time with your wife, your
Fuck,
kids.
hell
Like the
no,
dude has to be
dude.
like 35, 40 years old at least. Like what are you doing here on a Saturday morning trying to fuck over 20-year-olds? That's fucked up.
That's insane, man. I feel like it's like that, like coincidental. Like you had your door open, so he's probably just walking by, and then your door open. He's like, "Oh, okay, let me just peek in, see what's
Right, and the
going
thing
on."
was though is like, he doesn't live like near. Like it's not like he's just walking, like, oh, I'm walking by and I saw that. Like he lives off base. He lives like 30, 45 minutes away. So like that's the thing is like he drove specifically to the barracks to check on his dudes on a Saturday morning. And then that's kind of what
Oof,
I like had the problem with is like, bro,
gotcha.
go do your own thing. Like why are you fucking
Yeah,
here? Like that's crazy shit.
that's insane, man. Yeah, I think I'd be pissed. But that's like the funny part of the fact that like when it's all said and done, then you come up with the like, man, I should have said this. Man, I was a bitch. I was just saying I don't know. I should have said this.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. It's
I
always like, yeah, hindsight, I should have done that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think it's fucked that you get in trouble for the shit you do on the weekend, considering that this motherfucker, like, why are you even here? Go home.
Yeah.
But Ivan,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go home.
do you have a story where you almost got in trouble because you weren't supposed to be doing something?
Yeah, I have
I
a.
feel like you're aiming this at something, but that was
I
very
well,
generic question.
it's a little bit of a generic. But not also. I feel like I've told Rui some stories. I have a couple different kind of eras of my life, and
And mind you, Ivan is telling us college stories, something me Wolf would never experienced because we went
This is
straight
true.
to the shit, dude. But go ahead, Ivan. Tell the story.
so there was one time. There's this apartment complex, this big apartment complex where it's kind of like a big, I don't know, oval shaped apartment complex. There's apartments in the middle of the oval, but like it's sealed. So you have to go through two gates to go into the middle and like the parking spots in the middle and stuff like that. And it's kind of the college like party spot. It's called the Zoo. ZOO, the Zoo.
Yeah.
And that's where people go to party and stuff like that. Well, there was one day where it was like four of us. We went to like we're just bored and in the town we were living in, and we are like, let's go see what we could find. There's a couple of addresses we might that we got from our friends. Let's go check it out. So
Hell yeah.
we go to the zoo. We park. I mean, there's not really parking there because it's like people are partying. A lot of people are there. So we had to park down the street from like the where the zoo was. So we parked down the street. We were walking, and we passed kind of like right before we got to the main gate. We passed like this other apartment complex, and a couple of the doors were just open. And we're just like, okay, like let's peek in, and it's, mind you, it's I'm 5'8", and I got another one of my friend who's about my height, another one of the third guy, he's about 6 foot, and then the fourth guy, he's 7'1". So
There you
he
go.
Wait, what?
yeah, he's 7'1", and
This fucking
it's the
Slender Man, dude.
dude, he's skinny, he's tall, uh, a good ass dude. He plays basketball and stuff, but I'm not gonna, expose his name
Yeah,
on
yeah,
like anything like that. But he's good dude, and like we're all childhood friends since preschool, and we're walking by these apartments, and when you're with somebody who's 7'1", it's kind of hard to be discreet, right? Because
yeah.
he's just big. We pass these apartments, we look in there, and when my buddy kind of sticks his head in, he kind of looks like that I don't know, some scary movie where this big guy is breaking through the doorway to kill you. He just goes through it, just like head peeking in. Well, right next to the door, he finds a bong, like a weed bong, like a pretty big glass weed bong.
Yeah.
And before I even notice it, he grabs it and puts it underneath his sweater, and he walks. And I'm just
Shit.
like, okay, we like I kind of just I knew he like no one saw him from the house, but I'm like, okay, well, whatever, we're moving now. So we go into the zoo, and mind you, this is probably about like 10 p.m. at this point. It's dark, people are drunk, so we're walking through the zoo, and when we get in there, we saw that there's some cops around, so we try to go to the opposite side of the zoo, and we do, and we've had a couple drinks by now, and well, my friend, he's big as hell, so he's looking over people's fences to see if there's parties. And when he's doing that, there's a cop that sees it. And I'm next to him, and
Oh,
my
shit.
other two buddies are like walking ahead, and I'm just kind of like, bro, let's just go. Like, we know there's an address like, I don't know, 4 buildings down. Let's just keep on walking, and we'll get there. Well, he keeps on looking in people's backyard, and the fucking cops roll on us, guns out, and
God damn.
they're like pointing guns at him first because he's like the one, like I'm not like nowhere near people's backyard. I'm kind of like on the sidewalk, like we're closer to the parking spot, like away from like their backyards. And I was just kind of like, bro, let's go. And then so they come running to him with their guns out, say, put your hands up. But remember, he had just stolen this bong that he put in his jacket. So he's holding it underneath, like kind of like
What do
underneath
you
his
even
sweater.
do? That's wild.
And so he's holding it, and he has his left hand up, but his right hand almost look as like he's clinching something. And
He has a gun or something.
I'm just there, like, what the fuck's happening? Like in my head, I'm like, he's gonna get shot.
Yeah.
And like I kind of try to like back up, and then one of the cops like flings at me, and he's like, "Don't move, you stay right there." And I'm just like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, what the hell's happening?" And my buddy's they're just kind of telling them like, I can't lift my hand up, like I'm holding something, and you know they're just like, put your hands up, put your hands up. And then so he like kind of like gets on his knees and like almost tries to get on like his stomach, but as he does that, he like lifts up his like hand, and it wasn't like high enough where the bong would have broken. It just kind of like hit the floor, and he just lifted his like hands up and just showed him that it was just like it was glass, or like it was the bong. So after they saw that, they allowed him to pull it out. But dude, they just had him at gunpoint, on his knees, as they put him in handcuffs, start searching him. And one of the cops was like, you should have put your hands up instantly. We could have shot you. And I'm just there, just like, bro, what the fuck just happened? What just happened, bro? And I'm like, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. Thankfully, they let us keep the bong. We literally just left with it.
What the fuck?
They let you
Yeah,
keep it, dude. That's
yeah.
crazy.
We were just like, we're going to our friend's house right here, and we just walked over there. And when we got out of the side of the cops, we fucking ran to where my friend parked his car, got in, and we drove back to our town. We were like, let's get the fuck out of here, bro. It was like I think that was like the most craziest, like, holy fuck experience in college where it's like, I thought I was about to see my friend just get blasted in front of me.
Damn.
That's yeah, that's lucky, like maybe it was a good night for the cops. Maybe they were just in a good mood. Maybe there was something else going on, who knows? But that's a good ending though. I would rather hear that than
Yeah, and like
most of the time you hear about people getting shot though.
my friend is African American too, so like that's I left that part out, but like he's 7'1", and he was holding like we're wearing sweaters because it was I don't know December, some month that it was cold,
Yeah.
and he was holding like underneath his pocket of his sweater. He was like, it looked like he was holding something, or he was
Yeah,
holding
that's
something. So
never a
he
good thing to do.
no, so it was, dude. I don't know. We talk about it to this day, and we're like, dude, you could have legit just gotten shot right in front of me.
Damn.
It was such a crazy night, bro. I think we went back to the town where we were living. I think we pulled up to the park, and I think we just like sparked up a couple of joints and just kind of talked about it.
I
Recapped,
I would too, dude. Holy fuck.
went home, and I remember laying in bed just like, what the fuck happened tonight?
All right. That is gonna lead us to a break. Let's take a 2 to 5 minute break, guys.
Let's do it.
I suggest you go pee or whatever you need to go do. We're gonna put us into BRB.
Here
right,
we go.
we are back with more
Yeah.
stories of the bricks. Um, we have Ivan, we have my co-host Wolf
Yes, sir,
here
yes,
to
sir.
tell you
Yes.
more crazy stories of the bricks. I feel like Ivan would have been a fantastic Marine.
I feel like
People-
I think I would have loved the structure of it, and I think one thing about me is I feel like I'm loyal to people and like to I guess things that I think treat me well, even though it's shitty. But like
Mhm.
if I'm getting paid, and I always see like maybe it's not so bad. I feel like I would have been at least decent.
You would have been all right. I think you would have been all right.
I
It's
appreciate
awesome
that.
because I feel like most college students could probably get in the Marine Corps, but vice versa doesn't exactly work out. There's a lot of retards that are in the Marine Corps as well.
Dude, there's a lot of retards in the Marine Corps.
That's
I
funny because isn't that the stereotype though about Marines?
well,
That is true.
Marines are getting smarter. That's also something no one talks about. Like, yeah, they're fucking crayon munchers, but Marines are getting smarter, and they started with us, honestly. Um, the switch to the IAR, which was through us because we went through
That
what
is true. Like
M16.
tactics,
Yeah,
the weapons that are being used, phasing out tanks, being a little more realistic, adapting to what futuristic technology, that
dude,
type of shit.
hold on,
And I
hold on.
would say like,
Hold on? I think I've told Ivan this, but do you remember us going on the fucking AAVs and then falling asleep, choking on our plate carriers because it's so
yeah,
hot,
yeah,
and we're waking up choking. And then, do you remember Leonard? We threw Leonard in the back, and he's like the skinny black kid.
Oh, he was laying on all the packs,
He was
wasn't
laying on
he?
our packs. Yeah, you remember that?
yeah. I remember choking on our plate carriers. I mean, dude, those AAVs are really hard to forget. For people that don't know, they're fucking armored metal cans just with filled up with carbon monoxide as you're inside of this fucking metal cage with no air. And they shove 16 Marines into an 8-man hole,
Dude,
and
it was
you just got to
trash.
deal with it. Yeah, it's always fun, dude. Actually, I was on one with Sal's and Vasquez. Anyway, it caught on fire as we were in it, and they're really hard to
What the
open up.
fuck?
So if
Wait,
you're
what?
yeah, if you're we're doing a training event, and we're basically assaulting the beach of like Sweden, somewhere in Sweden. I don't know where,
Oh, you
but
guys were doing the
as
Baltic shit.
yeah, as we were boarding, you spend like 45 minutes on the water floating, and it's like and you're just fucking going, and then all of a sudden we get on the sand, and then the motor starts puffing up. I mean, it's a few feet away from you, and it starts just nothing but black smoke, and we can't open. I mean, there are like fucking 400 pounds of doors above you, and then the back hatch you kind of have to open with like a lot of force, and we're trying to get out. And finally, all of us push the door open. Black smoke's like billowing out. We're about to fucking die. I mean, those things, those AAVs,
Jesus.
all around, just bad fucking times.
Yeah, this
And then
sucked, dude.
after you guys got out, did you guys have to like lock in and like do what you guys were about to do?
Yeah, you kind of have to. I mean, again, it's all training, but
True.
you got to just kind of roll with the punches, like act like it's real. I mean, just ignore it.
Yeah.
The AAV guys, like whoever was dealing with that type of mechanic dudes and those infantry guys, they dealt with that. We just advanced and did our thing. Um, but yeah, that was a fun day. But dude, every time I got in AAVs, man, it was just miserable.
They
We've been in
sucked,
those.
dude.
I've fallen asleep sitting up. Actually, earlier we're talking about falling asleep standing up, but I thought about some of the most miserable times we've fallen asleep, and that came to my head. That has to be one of them.
Dude, I don't know about fucking moments to go to sleep too, but like fucking deployment and then Jordan and fucking my rack is broken because someone bent it, dude.
Wait, I feel like that was aimed at me, but who bent it?
It was either it was You knew who did it. I don't know who did it, but you were involved.
Wait, now that you say this, I kind of remember. I think it was either
Dude,
me, Gombos, or
It
Pat.
was like, I mean, I'm trying to explain to you this, but like, we went to Jordan. It's some Middle Eastern country, dude. I don't know where the fuck it's at the map, but we went there, right? This
Mm.
is after I think after we bombed Syria in 14.
Yeah, with the was with Obama.
Yeah, we bombed Syria, then we went to Jordan. Charlie Company is ready to go, so we go to fucking Jordan, and dude, we set up our shit. Do you remember, Wolf, how we like stayed at one end of the compound, and then they switched us? So like, oh, you guys stay here now, and then
I don't necessarily remember
because
that
we were at the corner,
specifically.
we were at the corner right in front of the chow hall. Then we went
Yeah.
to the middle of the everything, and then
Right, I
we
remember the middle. I don't remember the beginning.
we
part.
set up the COC. So
Yeah, I
at this
remember that.
time, I'm reading fucking some teenage books on my Kindle, and remember Gunny Mathis was like, "So wake up, Ruiz," because I'm the fucking shitbag, and I'm waking up early in the morning to help set up the COC, while
It's
my
alright.
shift
I was there too, though, dog.
my shift starts at like 8 a.m. I'm up at fucking
yeah.
3 a.m. But anyways,
It's fun because during that specific event in Jordan, we were in the middle of nowhere. I mean, like, you got to think about the most barren fucking land, and it's probably from the movie Dune. Like, it was just in the middle of nowhere, dude.
It was trash. We played soccer. Do you remember we played soccer?
We
It
played
was
soccer with the Jordanians.
we played
yeah.
soccer against the English Marines, and we beat
Oh, the
them.
yeah, the Royal
And then
Marines.
and then we played soccer against the Jordanians, and we lost to them. And this is where they cut your chicken. They cut your chicken with their hands because they were like, "Do you want us to cut your chicken?" And you were
So
like, "Yeah."
we go to this event. It's it basically a good relations type thing. They send us to it's maybe 7 of us, 7, 8 Marines, maybe 10. It was around there, and they say you're gonna go break bread with Jordanians. Now they're translators. They're not necessarily military guys, although some military guys were there from their side. We're kind of like co-training with them. So they said this is like one of those evenings where you're gonna go break bread with them. They were telling us, like, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be very respectful. You're going to eat what they give you. You're going
Oof.
to whatever. So I'm what, 19 years old. I'm just trying to be very respectful. I'm told what to do. I don't want to get in trouble, honestly. But at the same
Right.
time, I don't want to piss them off, like they've been good to us, so whatever. Yeah, I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere in a tent, and then the Jordanians, they bring out like chicken meat, and they give all of us like a white drink, and it was very like I like pick
It
up
was yogurt. It was yogurt.
it was like yogurt. It was like watery ass Greek yogurt.
It
And
was
then they were like,
fucking yogurt, dude. It was
they were like, you
trash.
drink this. They were like, drink this, and
They were
sipping
slurping
this
on Greek yogurt,
watery,
non-flavored.
yeah, non-flavored
Oof.
watery Greek yogurt type shit, and it's warm, by the
Oh.
way. And I'm like,
Oh.
I'm like, I'm fucking nauseous. And then they put rice and chicken on. We're sitting on the floor, rice and chicken and dirty ass shit on this fucking plate, and with their hands, which is fine, whatever. Okay, we did it. I'm here. I'm just trying to. At this point, I'm trying not to throw up. I'm trying to have like participate and be respectful. I'm saying thank you. I'm giving Japanese head nods. I'm doing everything I fucking can. And then this guy, he comes up to me and he's like, hey, he's like, can I, very broken English, but it was English. I will give him that. He was like, can I cut your chicken for you? Can I cut your chicken? And I was like, oh yes, please cut my chicken. And he just fucking grabs it with both of his hands and just starts
No.
mashing it, dude. And his hands are not clean. And he starts mashing this chicken, bro, and just tearing it
Ugh.
apart and throws it on my plate. And he just smiles at me and nods, and I smile back and nod. And you should have seen me, dude. I was like, man, I was like a fucking rape victim. I was just staring ahead, just blank stare, man. Vietnam had me. I was just getting flashbacks. Like, please don't do this to me. And I ate it, dude. I ate it. I ate all of it,
Oof.
and I stomached it, and I smiled. But that was horrible, bro. I lost all faith at that point.
Did at any point, like, you know, did you think that they were
Reese,
kind of like
you were
messing
there,
with you
by the way,
guys?
but oh man, no, they were.
Not like in a bad way, but like when he did that with your chicken, did you like at any point think like, damn, like this guy like is fucking with me?
No, they were
Or
fucking with us, dude.
Yeah, no, I say me, but I know Reese, you were there too. That was just my
I was
encounter.
I was
But
trying to like take care of everyone there because everyone
yeah,
didn't know like the customs, and I kind of knew like what they did, so I'm just
right.
conscious. Like if shit broke down, I'm ready to break my boys out, you know. So I'm
Yeah,
just watching Wolf, and then I'm laughing as this chicken gets ripped.
I know what you're saying though. Like, was it like a yeah? I kind of thought that too. I think now that you say that at the time, but it was complete
No, they're
seriousness. It
genuine,
was
yeah,
just
100%.
yeah.
With the fucking warm yogurt, with the cutting, they were
damn,
100% serious.
that's
They just kind of
insane.
live like that. I mean, like over there,
They
like
they
it's no
beat us in
secret.
soccer, by the way. That was the only team that
That's
beat us in
insane.
soccer. The Brits didn't beat us; the Jordanians did.
I mean, as a people, what they pray 3 times a day. They wipe with their right hand. Just things like that. Which it is what it is. But it's when I'm sitting there trying to eat food and I'm thinking about that, it's like that's
Oof,
nasty ass shit.
oof, that's insane.
Fucking yeah, dude. It's funny because I don't know if you want to talk about this, Wolf, but Wolf ended up going to a camp that I didn't go to because I was in trouble, and I ended up going to Kuwait, which was like a Navy base. So instead of me, no, I didn't go to Kuwait. I went to Bahrain,
Yes.
which was a naval base, and that's where I watched the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy in theaters. Did you get to watch shit in theaters, Wolf?
No, I don't think I had the luxury for that one, but that sounds fun as fuck, dude.
Was it just like a civilian
Nah,
like movie
it was
theater?
a military base. Kind of.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
It was a military base in the Middle East, so I was really like super cautious. But that's why I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and that's actually uh where I asked this Navy chick out, and she said no, and I was like, you know what,
Oof.
cool. But that's
That is a
different.
weird time. That does happen a lot.
Yeah,
And then you got to think about all the every day.
it really does because I mean you're in the ship for like fucking months and months and months, and you think you have a chance. Oh, she said hi to you twice. Better ask her out. Nope, she's fucking some other dude.
That's
and,
That
insane.
and
was a very common theme for military women.
it happens a lot within the Navy. The Navy. I mean, we never worked with women, so we don't know how Marine women work. But Navy women, they genuinely stick to their own. I had a
What?
friend.
Oh, I was sorry. I don't know if you guys can say, but what boat were you guys on?
Can we say what it is? I'm pretty sure we can.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the Gunston Hall. It was an old ass fucking boat. I have it on my Instagram. If you have me on Instagram,
Gotcha. I'm gonna have to do that
it's
after.
it's just an old ass boat. Is that shit still in service, dude? Do we know
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, no, we do. I actually saw it not too long ago. Well, you and I brought it up one of the first podcasts. We were looking up bullshit. The Gunston Hall is still in service. And
Yeah, old
when
as
we were
boat,
on
dude.
it, old as fuck, rusted as fuck, but they just keep maintaining it and running it. It wasn't anything crazy. It's I don't even know how many people it
It,
housed,
it, it
but
has a kilo landing spot. So
helo pad.
if they wanted to transport, which by the way, Wolf used to do fucking workouts on that. He could tell you that
Oh,
about that.
I guess I got a photo of right now just on my end. Damn, looks like a cool ass ship.
It
Looks
was
Yeah, it was
awesome.
tiny,
actually surprisingly though, it's one of the smallest, ships
dude.
that the Navy has like that, like style like that. There was in a Mew, um, there's usually 3 ships that travel together with like thousands of Marines, thousands of sailors, and they have all sorts of capabilities. So they're gonna have like an aircraft carrier style, and then they're gonna have like a warship style. And then for us, we were kind of riding on like this. I don't even know because it's like a Navy thing, but
We're in some
I
ghetto
would
ass shit, dude.
yeah, it was like a support style ship. It had defenses, but it wasn't really meant for like frontline warfare. It was more of like a support transport thing.
Hmm.
But regardless, like we all traveled together. So like if anything did pop off, they would send out, they had the aircraft carrier and then people would fly out and do their thing there. But um it was just an old ship when we were on it and
This old ship
fucking wild
now, yeah.
Damn.
But
wild shit, man.
the crazy part is, when we were in the Middle East, if you went outside during the day, you're absolutely cooked. It
Oof.
was fucking
Yeah.
hot as shit, dude. You can't work out outside in the Middle East. You have to wait till nighttime.
That's insane. Out in
Yeah.
the water too. It's like just no shade.
Dude,
Yeah.
what did we do with water? Did we drink fucking the water they give us?
Yeah, they had some very shitty water filtration
Do you
system on the
remember
ship,
when the
and it
water
would
was
just
like brown? And they're like, you just gotta shake it up.
What the
yeah,
Do you
nah?
remember that?
yeah. They treat you like shit, bro. Like if it's like that, they're just like, yeah, just don't worry about it. Like we had to take malaria pills in Jordan, and they were like, this is not good for you. And like almost none of us tried to take it, but they like forced it, and then it came out later, like, yeah, those malaria pills. It was like a mesothelioma commercial. It was like, did you take the malaria pills
We're
and
fucked,
from
dude.
You're like,
2000 to
yeah.
2020? Yeah. And then it's like, yeah. And then they're like, well, you could have a serious, settlement because it causes cancer.
It's like
Like
your PP don't
fucking
work no more or some shit.
That's
that is a fact.
insane.
It was a fun time. It was a lot of working out.
Yeah, dude.
Fucking
Deployment was fun. Would I do it again? Probably not. I'll be honest. Wolf would probably
did you go
go again.
I would go again. Did you go through that phase in college, Ivan, where you just did that whole workout Jersey Shore deal?
No, actually, that was just me in high school. Once I got out of high school, I was just more like, I think I hated it so much in high school doing football and just working out and doing all that that
It was
once I
it was
got into
probably. I'll be honest. It's probably because it was like mandatory workouts for you, and it
yeah.
wasn't essentially everyday workouts, and that happens a lot. Even in the military, like mandatory workouts, like hiking and shit like that. It made me hate it, but like
Hmm.
everyday
Right.
workouts, they're different. But I understand, like, if you're like, if your
No,
coach is
yeah,
like, "Oh, you gotta do this," yeah, I would hate it too.
yeah. He was big on because he was like, his dad played. His dad was super old, so played for Notre Dame, the college football team.
Hmm.
He played for
Oh
Notre
wow.
Dame, uh, super old, and like they ran a certain way, and excuse me, and like they were big on conditioning, so it was always like, hey, we're gonna do cross fields, gassers, running, 100 yards and back, bear crawls, this and that. So it just made me just hate like just working out in general because it just was it just was like every day after practice and oh we lost. Well now we're gonna fucking run a lot.
That's not how you
It's
build
like, oh,
morale.
you win. Oh, we're gonna run a lot.
We
Yeah,
would win and he would be like, all right, we're not gonna like run that much, but we're still gonna run a little bit because
yeah.
it's we got to get prepared and be ready.
Dude, that's pretty gnarly, man. What position did you play?
I'm a bigger guy, but I'm a shorter guy, but I played nose guard and defensive tackle. I only played the defense, and the only offense I played was I was on like PAT, so
Yeah,
after you score the touchdown, yeah, I was on the line for that. But nose
dude,
guard and
that's pretty
defensive.
like physically what do you call it, demanding.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I was smaller, so I was always going up against these 6 foot, whatever, 300 plus, pound guys, and I'm 5'8", 210 pounds at the time. So it was
Yeah,
just more about speed and technique, but I made it work, man. Just being quicker off the line and just having some sort of technique, some sort of moves that my coach taught me, and just implementing it in the games. And
that's a
it
huge like weight disadvantage thinking about that. That's crazy, man. I would
because
have
if
been pounding protein shakes every day.
and
They
like if
really
they
are,
didn't,
yeah.
and if I didn't get through the line, bro, if they got me, I was done. Like
Yeah, for
Especially
I
as a
sure.
was
nose
not.
guard. As a nose
Yeah,
guard, like that's your shit. Like
I'm
disruption.
just yeah, just get in there, disrupt the middle, preventing from the running back from getting through the middle. So like just creating a wall, essentially creating some sort of obstacle. So there's a lot of times where I would just be there and just get pushed around, but as long as I'm blocking that hole, that's all I needed to do.
During that time, did you have any well, one rituals or anything like that?
Wait,
But
hold
did you
on.
have any special?
Okay,
Huh?
okay. Go ahead, go ahead. But I'm gonna add onto what you say.
What's that?
I was gonna say baddies that were attracted to you because you were in the football program. That's what I was gonna add.
Baddies, no. I think baddies was senior year. I had my girlfriend. I think that was probably my best year of football. Like that's when I was like starting every game.
Yeah, your
Captain of
cheerleader.
captain. She was a volleyball player.
Oh
So
wow.
Ooh,
so
ooh.
yeah, so that was super cool. And then I was captain of a couple of the games we had. We rotated through captains. So I loved everything about senior year, but
It sounds
rituals.
like you read this out of a love story, man. You were
Dude,
like the
I
first.
I talk about it, and it's like I remember living it, and it's like I remember being like, dude, this is like every movie we see,
That's
right?
like a
Like,
hallmark, dude.
bro, I like it was insane. Like it was such senior year, like, that's the year that I feel like that was the best year ever. Like it was just
Yeah.
football was fun. I was in good shape. We were winning. I had my own car. I had my girlfriend at the time, and it was
Especially for that age too. That's like really. I was gonna ask. No, but like during that, like you were in the best physical shape. I mean, like, did you have any like rituals or like special workouts that you were doing back then, or was it just straight bulk?
no. So the funny thing is with like rituals, no, I would listen to I would listen to certain like just pump up music like remember the name. There
Oh
was
shit,
what
haven't
what
heard
was
that in a while.
what was that? There was the Lupe Fiasco song. The show goes on or something.
Oh man,
That
now that you
song.
put me on the spot, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah, I would play that a lot, and just a couple of just songs that I would replay, and nothing like crazy where I'd have to wear something special, nothing like
The
that. Just
show goes on.
yeah, I just would have to listen to a couple. I would have to listen to those select songs. But when it comes to like the workout stuff, uh, we just had a lot of stuff that our defensive coordinator he was or I guess our lineman coach he played college ball too, so a lot of the workouts that we did was just stuff that he put us on. We had a weight room in our high school, so you know after practice, during before practice or whatever, just working out there, going to the gym at a you know somewhere you pay for, right? You go somewhere to go to the gym, and we would go there and just do whatever that our coaches would tell us. They would give us a sheet, say, hey, these are the workouts you guys need to hit, and just
Did
do
you
this.
hit any PRs like that you were aiming for, or did you just kind
uh,
of go with the
I
workouts
think
that they were planning for you?
the one that I do remember the most was a bench. I hit 2 plates on each side, and that was my
That's a
max.
huge what do you call that? That's a huge fucking what do you call it? Checkpoint, I guess, in your fucking workout.
Yeah,
When you hit two plates as a man, you're like, I've made it,
yeah.
you
It
know?
was one of those things where like I put it up, and I remember the first time it was I'm shaking and I put it up, put it up, and I'm so excited. And then I remember the second time I did it, it just went up with ease, and it was like, damn, like you get up and you kind of feel a little bit, your
Yeah.
shoulders are a little bit back, you feel good. Your boys are pushing you, and it's just, dude, it was.
You look at the assistant coach, and you're like, I'm fucking your wife tonight. Yeah.
I'm ready. It's Friday night needs to get here now.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
But nothing crazy, nothing special. I think it was just like we trusted our lineman coach when it came to like workouts and his
Mhm.
plan. So whatever he had us do, we just did it.
That's good. That obviously just shows that like your lineman coach is probably like a motivation to you. I think that's a huge thing that men need, right? Like a motivation, a hero in the sorts, someone you look up to, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was one of those coaches where it's like, I would mess something up and he would grab me and be like, hey, well, like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, see where my mind is. And he's like, hey, like, lock in, man. Like, you got
Yeah.
this. Go again. We're going to go again.
Exactly.
You mess it up. We're going to go again. And we're going to keep on doing it until you get it right.
I
And like, it was never tearing you down. It was like, we're going to build up this muscle memory.
I think that's a really good thing. And here's why. I think a lot of young men are missing that heroic sense. The sense where you belong.
That
The
male
sense
model.
Yeah, the sense where it's like you're not a shitbag. It's okay if fucking Susie said no to you. Get back up and fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You
I
could
think
still play Magic the Gathering, but you could also lift 2 plates.
yeah. But I mean, it's okay if you play Magic the Gathering, but it's also okay if you work out and you're a lineman or you're a wide receiver. I I think a lot of times nowadays we have this situation where young kids or young males don't have role models. And you have these fucking I'm not even going to get into women, but these self-hating women that are bringing down men and cuz
If
think
you
about
look
it.
at the role models, like you're saying, like who is it? Like Clavicular? I mean, like who's really out there right now? I
But I
would
mean,
say like ideally Andrew Tate.
at least they're trying, even though they're shitbags, right? At least they're trying, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like what I'm trying to say is at least there's someone trying instead of someone trying to bring you down for being a man. Like we need heroes, you don't have to be a shipper. You try to be a hero. And when I was in middle school, our vice principal, he joined in into our football practice, and honestly he inspired me. He's like, you're fucking good, you run with
Wait, what do you mean he
strength.
joined in? What do you mean by that?
Because
Like he started training with you guys?
he wasn't our assistant coach. It wasn't until we beat a certain team that we had potential to win state, and then that's
Oh,
when
shit.
he joined. But it doesn't matter, right? He inspired me to be better, and I think that's what a lot of men need. You need inspiration, and
Yeah.
if it's Clavicular, if it's Andrew Tate, I think as long as there's hope, I think men will be okay. But if there's a world where men can't save you, or you end up with only dudes wanting to be streamers, I think that's a bad
You gotta
world.
do something. You gotta do
Yeah,
something. You gotta get
exactly.
out there, even if Clavicular's not that good. You gotta give him props for getting out there and trying.
At least
And
he's trying to
the
impress
right message.
guys. Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because a lot of dudes will try to just like stay under the fucking radar, and then
Yeah.
a lot of their successors like follow in that path, and then it's like
I
you
would
can't do
rather
that. You
have
gotta, like,
100
stand
heroes,
out.
100
Yeah.
heroes with like 50% failure rate than have no one trying to be a hero or trying to be something special. Because I think that's what life is, right? You want people to succeed, or people that want to expand themselves and be a football player, a scientist. I think living this life as like a gooner simp is just not the right life.
No, that's 100% fact. And
Yeah.
I'm not trying to cut this fucking topic off at all, so cut me off. But did you see on that note though, Dan Bilzerian running for governor of his state?
Of Florida?
Yeah.
Forgot about that guy.
No. What fucking state is that? Oh man, now
I
I'm
thought he
fucking
lived in
sounding fucked up.
Florida.
I don't know where he lives now. So Dan Bilzerian is trying to run for president, and I
He's not
mean
gonna
for
win,
governor. My
dude.
bad.
Oh, governor.
And governor, yeah. What the fuck is it?
I think it's
He's
Florida.
like he's popping off right now. He's running for U.S. Congress in Dan Bilzerian for Congress. He says America first, no more lies, no more corruption, no more Jewish supremacy. That is his message. That is directly from Dan Bilzerian for Congress.com.
Congress as a Republican in Florida's 6th Congress district.
It's Florida, right?
Yeah,
It
is
looks
Florida.
like Florida, yeah.
Yeah.
I think they have. I mean, this is a different topic. I think they have a Fishback. I forget what else they have.
I thought Florida had a good governor though, right?
They have
DeSantis,
they have
wasn't that?
DeSantis, yeah, but DeSantis. I think Trump is looking at. Dude, we're not going to talk about politics. No, we are not a political stream.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I didn't mean to
Moving
get
on.
all political. I was just saying, like, that dude is
No,
kinda,
you're
he's
right.
aiming for it
I
in a
think
good way.
I
He's being
think-
his own hero.
I think in a
I
way.
don't like him, but
No, I agree. I think he is a hero. Like I said, I think we need heroes because how long has it been since someone's been like, you know what, men deserve a chance? Because let's be honest, well, after you got out of high school, Ivan, or even college, like shit got gay, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit got
that's why
gay.
after hearing your story, Ivan, you're my hero.
Dude, Ivan's story, like, it reminds me when I was a kid, you know? Like, I didn't do football when I was in high school. I'll be honest, I did faggot shit. But at least Ivan did football, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I peaked too, like, cause I always
Oh,
look back at
100%,
that
yeah.
moment because it was such a bro, like we said, like it was one of those moments where it's like, dude, being in football, having a girlfriend that's in the volleyball team, also in varsity, starting, like it was just a movie, and we were winning games, and I was playing well, I was you know getting sacks, I was getting tackles, so it was like I don't know. It was such a great time, bro.
And
Such
one
a
of the
great time.
better parts of that story too is that you're not still living in high school like a lot of those guys, dude. It seems
Bro,
like you're doing really well for yourself out here.
The
I
100%.
haven't been back since graduating. I haven't been back to a football game or any sports game since.
That's
I-
awesome, dude.
I was gonna say, I mean, supporting your local team's okay.
Yeah,
But
fair.
Well,
But-
you know those guys that like they like stay in high
100%.
school when they
Yeah.
they're like, that would have been me. That would have been me. And it's like some
Right,
fucking
right.
30-year-old dude.
Uncle Rico shit. Like I can throw a ball over those mountains.
Yeah, go stand in the sidelines and be like, "Yeah, coach, you can put me in."
Yeah. And he's like, "What the fuck? Like you have a fucking beard, dog?" And you're like, "Yeah."
Yeah,
I'm here.
I got 2 kids.
Do you think I even I don't know if this is too much, but do you think a lot of poon on you got in high school was because you were in football?
Yeah, and I feel like yes and no. I feel like I was kind of more in the like chasing specific girls, so it was like more like
Oh, you were in
I-
love.
I was in love more than trying to be like, let me get this, let me get that.
Mm-hmm.
And so, senior year I got into a relationship just before football started is when we started talking. So like going into football season, I was kind of already in lock with her. But before the other seasons, it was more of like, I had this girl that I was chasing, so let me try to do this and that. But not, it wasn't like nothing crazy. But I feel like for my friends, I feel like yeah, it definitely is like, oh, like my friend was just, the starting quarterback. You know how that is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Before
Yeah,
you
that's a big
continue,
one.
I want everyone to know, Night at the Bricks is advice for everyone. It's dudes at night talking about shit, whether it's the bricks or life. You know, um, I
Night
that's
at the Bricks is inspired by a night in the barracks
yeah.
in the Marine Corps,
Night
which
at
is
the
a bunch of
barracks,
dudes
you're
sitting around a
drunk.
circle drinking.
It's 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Duty's yelling
Yeah.
at some retard next door. Like that's what Night of the Bricks is about. And 100%, uh, talking about men's mental health is 100% important. Talking about men's relationship is important too, which would involve, mental health. And that's what Night at the Bricks is all about. It's just imagine 3 dudes sitting in a barracks room yapping, and Duty's mad at some other dude. That's what we're about. You can keep
Where
going.
you know what else is important is the topic of women's.
We were never involved with women, so
Women's asses.
That's my favorite topic and my favorite thing ever.
you keep going,
Ivan,
Ivan. I
let me
didn't
a-
mean I didn't mean to
Wait,
stop
hold
you.
on.
Before-
I was gonna say, can we wrap up? If we're gonna wrap up high school, can I tell one last story that it was?
Oh,
it
you
was
can
probably
keep
like-
going, dude. We were
Okay.
gonna wrap it up.
Okay, I was
Yeah.
just. All right, then Wolf, go ahead. What you were gonna say?
Oh no, I was actually just gonna be a complete retard. I was gonna ask if you were an ass or titty man before you continued your high school
Oh,
story.
you
but
have to
I'm,
answer
I'm
this.
well
He has to
invested
answer
in
this. He has to.
Oh, okay. I'll be real. So, I think growing up, right? When you're younger, you're always gonna be a boob guy, right? Because it's like
Yeah,
that's the first
naturally.
thing.
Yeah.
Naturally, you see in a woman, you're like boobs, big boobs, never ass. But once I started like growing up and started actually becoming a man, uh, no, I think an ass guy. I think I'm 100% an ass guy. Cause let me tell you why. As
Well,
you
I
get
can tell you
older,
why for you, dude. You dated the volleyball girl. I mean, volleyball chicks are known for that. So I'll just
and she
leave
was
that where it is.
in track as well. So her great. Everything was great. Everything was great. everything was great. And basketball too, dude. She's 3-sport athlete.
Oh wow,
That's
But
that's small town shit right there, dude.
that's
yeah,
wild.
bro. But I think with me is like I've always said, and this is, I guess I don't want to like say nothing bad, but I always just prefer like an ass over titties because it always looks better when a girl has an ass over no ass. You know
I
what I
think
mean?
that's the correct answer. I'm not gonna lie.
So that's me. I prefer ass over anything.
But on that note, I would love to hear that high school story. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So-
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just
No,
you know-
you're good. I was just more of like, wait, hold on. If we're gonna wrap up high school, let me like wrap it up with one last story of when there was one time my friend and I ran from like cops, but it was like
Oh yeah.
in a way where it was like we were at in the town we live in, we were at it was kind of like a kickback, everyone from the high school went to this person's house. Parents or Mexico, wherever they were at, they were just out of town. And so we were there partying, music super loud, obviously everyone's underage drinking, and we're just getting drunk, and then the fucking neighbors called the cops. So I remember we jumped this fence because we were like there were some bricks. We were able to jump on these bricks and just jump over the fence that led to an alley. And this is as the cops were coming inside. I guess coming into the backyard, and since we're in the back, so we jumped over and everyone's kind of running everywhere. We took off running, my friend and I, but as we're running towards the park, we like look behind us and we see a cop kind of like whipping like a U-turn, and we're like, "Fuck, bro!" Like they saw us, so we're sprinting, and we run into this park, and how this park is, it's a really big, it's like a soccer field, like 3 soccer fields, a couple baseball fields. So it's a big park. And we're just sprinting for it because we're just like our thought process was let's just go lay flat on the grass because it's the lights are off. Let's just go hopefully, lay flat. He doesn't see us.
That's actually a good tactic. I like that. That was
So
smart.
like Like,
That's
so we're
actually a
running
really
for
good tactic.
we're running for the fucking grass because my friend's just like, let's just run to the park and go lay on the grass.
I have done that exact thing, by the way, but I love that shit.
And so we're running, but we remember that halfway into the park, the park is kind of like in a little tier where there's like a little hill in the middle of it, and it's not like a hill, but it's like a undulation enough where, like, if you're on top, you can't really look at the person in the bottom if they're right on the bottom of that little undulation. So we're like running, and we remember that, and so we get to the spot, and as we're doing this, the cop turns on his like spotlight, and he's starting to like imagine like Call of Duty where they flash their lights and you're like looking left and right.
Yeah.
So they're starting from the right and they're slowly making their way towards us. And we're sprinting, bro. I can see the light from like the corner of my right side just getting closer. We see the undulation coming up. We dive and then like it's like dewy, so like we slide on our stomach, slide down this hill. As we're sliding, you see the light flash over us, and it
Oh
just
my fucking
continues.
god, dude!
And it was such a fucking like crazy moment. We like lay
You
there
made
and we're
it by a millisecond.
a millisecond. We're laying there. My boy and I are just like quiet, just talking like not like loud, just kind of like just whispering. We're like, "What the fuck? Did he see us?" And we're just like not trying to move
You're
because
just
like.
looping. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
And so like we find like we like army crawl up the fucking little undulation, and we're like trying to just stay as flat as we can to see where the cop is, and he just like goes around and he continues to this like trailer park, and as he turns into the trailer park, it's like a one way out. So as soon as he turns in, we just we sprint across the park to where like it's like another little, I don't know, neighborhood, and we could get into like where my friend lives. And so we just continue to run to his house, but it was like so close to spotting us, but we just dove, slid down, and it was so cool, man. But it was so scary. I mean, we were in high school, probably like sophomore year or something.
Damn.
It was crazy.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Dude, Ivan's been through some shit, dude. That's why I wanted him on, dude. He knows. He
Bro, I'm
has
be real. I think there's a lot of times that I feel like I look back on, and I feel like there's so many lucky times that I'm like, God was really on my side, or I don't know who was on my side, because like I could have gotten in trouble, I could have gotten arrested, but like I don't know, I've been
Isn't it
lucky.
crazy? Like as a kid, like I feel like I have a lot of those too, where it's very close encounters and close calls as a kid. But I think that's part of being a kid. You're always
Yeah,
pushing the lines, and like
yeah,
hopefully not getting in trouble. But in high school, it's like you always like that story right there perfectly describes like I feel like most of my friends in my high school type of like vibes. You're all it's like you're right there. You're right there. It's like on the edge of getting caught and then you're fucking doing craziness and I love that, man. Cuz I had the same story. It was just a party, I'm running back, a cop was there and there was a strawberry field like a block from my house and I dove and it's a strawberry field with rows and when we
uh-huh.
dove like the light went above us. I almost same type of shit and then the cop passed and we ran back home, but it's always like that type of shit, dude. I love it.
It was such a cool moment. I think my boy and I talk about it. Like, if we were to hang out at this day over some drinks, we would definitely be like, "Remember that time?" And like, yeah, dude, it was such a cool moment because we were, you feel like you're in a movie of just sprinting. You're running as fast as you can, heads tilted back, and you're just full on sprinting, dude. But like, you had some drinks in you, so like, you can't, you're
yeah.
trying your best.
hmm
Like Seth Rogen when he made Super Bad, it's like that was literally like based on his story
Dude,
Yeah.
Super
with his
bad.
buddy.
By the way, is I recommend that to everyone. If you haven't seen Super Bad, that is probably the best coming of age
Oh,
story.
it's a classic. If you haven't
Coming
seen Super
coming of
Bad,
age
that's
story
bad.
movie that they would never make it nowadays. It's so peak. But
It's
Ivan,
about high school for sure.
that story's awesome, dude. Um, I I don't I you obviously mock me in stories, dude, because I was gonna say I went to a party once out in the country that I got invited, not my friends, So my friend took us, right, and he has a subwoofer in his Jeep, and we get there, and I'm trying to talk to this chick. She's drunk, I'm drunk, and I'm just like, hey. She's from out of town. She's from like some fucking random ass town. So I'm trying to talk to her, and then they steal my friend's subwoofer and speakers. And he's like, God damn it. So we leave, and I'm sitting in the back, like I'm just grounded.
Pissed off, dude.
I'm just trying to get my Riz going, bro. It was fucked, dude. That's
Dude,
like
I like that.
that's like the college experience parties that I had, bro. Cause my friends didn't party. Like my partying was done in the Marine Corps with Wolf fucking ordering food in the middle of the night and shit, dude.
We did have a lot of parties. I mean, I think that's what we based the topic of this fucking
Yeah,
podcast on is
it
just
really
the
was.
environment
It
of
was the base of this podcast is, Marines in the middle of the night talking about shit, and this was it.
you're living in a Motel 6 where everyone's living and you just go door to door and knock on people's doors and everyone's like, I'm bored. Let's hang out. And
See,
that's kind of what the barracks is.
I feel like I would have loved that. I think that's something that I when I think of the military, I like fantasize, and I know with you guys living it, you're probably like it wasn't that cool, or yeah, it was super cool,
It
but
was
like
that cool. I'm gonna be
because
honest.
Well,
I feel like it would be cool to just be like, you know, Saturdays, right? If it was plausible to just open the doors, put some music on, people throwing the football out front, throwing some baseball, whatever, like grilling and shit. Like that's what I
Depending on the
imagine it.
weather, yeah, depending on the weather.
well, that's the thing is like I don't want to get too deep or anything with it, but it's like I don't know what do you call that? Like a primal instinct? I mean, what is that? Like a
It's just
tribal
it's
instinct?
just
Like
men being men. You know
it's
what I
like
mean?
dudes being dudes.
Yeah.
You're all trying to hang out.
Do you
You
remember
know,
when
it's
it
like
snowed in the first barracks and everyone was like outside snowboarding? That was just dudes being
yeah,
dudes.
yeah, yeah. It's just dudes being dudes. We're going down hills on fucking boogie boards, like fucking, like that is what it is. It's fun. It's fun when you're like in the barracks and you got a bunch of fucking dudes to hang out with, and every fucking night's a party. And I mean that's it's fun while you're 20 years old. For the
Yeah.
18 to 22-year-old, that's awesome, man. I feel like everyone should do that. Um,
I think
I
for me that was like I think that was football, right? Like
Yeah, that
because
was
Yeah,
you
I was gonna say it doesn't have to be that. It could be your
and
football. It could be your college. It
and
could be
yeah.
and,
anything,
and the
honestly.
thing is, I don't want like dudes to go to high school and experience nothing like that. Like, I want you guys to have friendship, to live,
Yeah.
be men, the primal urge to defend and party, that's what we're about. That's what men are
And
about.
it goes beyond because like men, like to the basic point of it, it's like survival, reproduction, and then like family protection. That's like what dudes are
Yeah.
kind of programmed to. But at the same time, like especially younger, it's like partying, hanging out, fucking being a part of that tribe. Dude, I love that shit. I mean, it was fun, while it was there, especially at that age, dude. A lot of
N-
fucking stories all of us have fucking had.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's what it is, right? You're that age, and like we were satisfied with like the little things of like, we are, you guys did different types of training than what I did, obviously in sports, but like you had your boys where you guys went through the same thing, every day, training, sweating, busting your ass, getting hurt together, picking each other up, bleeding, whatever the case may be. And it's like now it's time to just chill, like, and it was cool, like sitting around a bonfire, if anything, having some drinks and just and like I feel like we're kind of like programmed to like we're satisfied with the little things. Like put us around a little fire, we'll stare into the fire with some music, and we'll we'll all just drink some drink and be chilling.
And I know it sounds like I should be on Grinder right now, but like you get a bunch of dudes that pass out in the field after some drinks and you just stare at the fucking sky, dog. Like there ain't nothing better than that, dude.
That's not, I've never experienced that. That actually sounds. That would sounds like the vibe, bro. Honestly.
Yeah, get some drinks and smokes or whatever the fuck you guys do. Fire, just the middle of like a fucking, where it's not light pollution and you just see the fucking stars and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's like a nice camping
Well,
trip right there.
if you think about it, that's like the entirety of human race.
It really is. It
Like
has no like ethnicity limit. It's just that's just
it really is
people.
like human race. Like coming together and setting up like barracks and like military.
Unless you're Jewish by chance, but yeah, that's
Well,
true.
Oh.
He's like, well, there we go.
Alright.
This one's canceled.
but yeah, man. I mean, like that's how it always has been, right? Like dudes being dudes.
Dudes
I think
being
that's
dudes.
dudes being dudes is honestly just like I think that's what it is, right? It's the vibes, it's the memories that you create, and it's over just like some meat, right? Like let's get some fucking
Oh
steaks,
my!
let's get some chickens, let's put it on the grill and like or some burgers, some
Let me
dogs.
put my meat in your mouth. Yeah,
And
man.
exactly.
Some
And like
steaks.
don't need nothing else. Just give me a fucking slab of meat, and I'm just gonna be nobbling on it with some beer on the side, and I'm chilling.
Ivan, do you think that your sex life would look different if you were in the military?
Yeah,
It would just
100%.
be. It would be men.
No, not even
I
that.
think I think it would be more disgusting on the fact that I feel like I would have used it to my advantage.
I
You
But
would've-
100% agree
and
with
like
you.
not in a bad way, like not to say like I'm gonna take advantage of something. No, but it's like right, you're like in the military, you got this uniform,
You got
you're
that
this,
ego. You got
you
that
got the
like I'm
ego.
untouchable. I'm
So
gonna
like
get everyone I look at. Yeah.
exactly. So like if I would be talking to someone, I feel like I'd be like, hey, I'm in the military, just trying that, and I feel like yeah, I think it would increase just because it's the fact of like now I'm in the military. Now I'm
Now,
I
now
got
you
this
have the
ego.
ego, yeah.
Which is funny
Yeah.
because we would always tell Reese he would do this on command. We'd say like, "Show us your six pack," and he would have a six pack, and then he would be like confidence out, like, "Yeah, I
I
got
would
this."
have a six pack after
You ripped
deployment.
your shirt up at like every command,
I
and then
if I had a six pack after deployment, I did. If they would ask to see it.
I like that one. Yeah, no, but yeah.
100%.
So I had this I had this rack mate when I was in boot camp, and he was a really short guy. He was like 5'2", kind of looked like a rat, big buck teeth. He was like a little white kid, and he would always do like drill instructor chores and tasks. And at night he'd go into the drill instructors where they slept. It was like a room, a private room that we couldn't even look in.
Mhm.
And he would go in there for a couple hours and come back out. He would be crying. I always wondered what happened to him. But in the morning we'd wake up and they, it's all phases, but we'd wake up and we would sweep and they'd say like they'd scream ditties and then we would like scream what is it? Commands and ditties? I forget. They would scream stuff, we'd scream back. So they'd like say sweep and then we'd scream harder, sir, harder, sir. So like we would
What?
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
that
I
was a
know it sounds
command.
weird. It's like kind of one of those things like where they're like, eyeballs. They say eyeballs, like I want your eyeballs, I want your eyes, like look at me, eyeballs. And then we say like click, sir. And it's always commands. No matter what they say, you had to respond. So they would
There's
say like
commands.
sweep, and then we would be like harder, sir, harder, sir. And we'd sweep. And then every time. So it was like every command, every command. It's like mentally training you to just obedience. So
Yeah.
every morning we do that and we clean. And so they would scream, for like maybe a couple minutes. And like, but they would keep saying it. So they'd say like sweep, harder, sir, harder, sir, sweep, harder, sir, harder, sir, sweep, harder, sir. And I would look at this kid and like every time he would say harder, sir, he would start crying and like tears were dripping down his eyes. And it like clicked with me, dude. He was getting raped and he was like, he was having to say harder, sir every time he would go in that duty hut at night. And it hit me.
That's
What the?
That was a real thing.
it's. I don't know if that actually was if he was getting raped or not, but it's fucked. But
Yeah, I will say for
he,
legality reasons, that
he,
might have been just a
A
he,
recording.
story, but
but the
yeah.
thing is, dude, I remember Family Day. I even remember Family Day because he's gone
I
through it.
do.
But
Oh, dude, yeah, you have. Yeah, you
yeah,
know what the fuck we're talking
yeah,
about, dude.
I
You've
even
seen
I even
if you've
I
seen that, you've seen basically most of it.
dude, on Family Day, there's this Marine. He comes up to me. He's like, "I just had sex with my girlfriend. She let me hit. He's like, he let me hit. She let me hit when I in the back of a truck.
Did it start with an S?
No, it was fucking Austin. Fuck, I forget his name.
Yeah, Steven.
Yeah, was it Steven? Yeah, the motherfucker was
Yeah,
like,
Stevens, like with an S. Yeah.
whatever, dude. He was from Austin, and he's like, I just fucked my girlfriend. I'm like, dude, at this time, dude, I didn't care. I was seeing women for the first time in 3 months. And mind you, I still have
It's
a lot.
crazy. You're seeing like middle-aged mothers, and you're like, wow, they're fucking hot, man.
Dude, you act like I wouldn't hit a fucking middle-aged mother, dude. Dude, I'm a man that thinks that a woman ages well with like wine.
True.
However,
Well, some of them, yeah.
I still have a lot of the notes and letters that women that I used to talk to. Um, I still have their like boot camp letters. But the first time I saw a woman in
It was
boot
on
camp,
Family Day.
Family Day, yeah. And yeah, this
Ivan, oh, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say this retard comes up to me, he's like, "Yeah, my girlfriend let me hit," and I'm just like, I just don't really care, dude.
Yeah, that
I
is
think you're
like
trying to flex on me or some shit, dude.
yeah, it's just like one of those like brags that like it just sucks.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
was
like,
gonna say like Ivan, what was your Family Day experience like? Did you see anything crazy?
um, Family Day, visiting my brother. I think after 3 months, I think it was an experience. I feel like I think it's like unreal coming from my side, right? Because like you guys went through it of like you're finally seeing people, you're finally seeing your family, you're finally seeing like Rui said, you finally seen a woman after 3 months. I'm more of like I only care about seeing my brother after 3 months, seeing how he is. But I think my experience was actually crazy, and I think it was crazy because well, Family Day was just meeting everybody. I actually met their, you meet their drill instructors, and they're always like, "Are you gonna join this and that?" And I'm like, "No, I'm, I think at the
I'm
time
chilling. Yeah.
I think I was like a sophomore in high school. Like I was like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, sir. Like, I'm just here to see my brother." But like, nothing crazy. I think it was just crazy seeing like one of my brother's friends and talking to him, and he was 17 years old, and he was, graduating, and I think that was crazy. But I think what the biggest part was graduation day. Um, we had this family member, this aunt, who randomly my mom was talking to her on the phone and told her, "Hey, my son's graduating. We're gonna be nearby. Do you want to come with us?" She says, "Sure." Hold on, let me talk to my son-in-law. Uh, let me what's it called? Let me talk to my son-in-law. He's graduating. Or excuse me. Let me tell him that that your son's graduating, and let's see how that let's see if he could get us some seats. This guy actually got us some seats right in the middle where all these fucking high rank military officers, just like everybody in these uniforms with all these medals, or like I don't know what you guys call them, stacks. I don't
yeah, I
know.
remember the story.
Yeah, they're just all these older guys, and because like we walk up to this like area to walk, where you walk up, and there's these Marines that are blocking it, and they're like, "Oh, you guys can't come in here." And then my aunt's like, "Oh, my son, he's this master gunnery sergeant. He said that he has some seats for us." So they look up, they follow this, they go up to the seats, see that sure
Yeah.
enough, our name's on here. So we're like, that's us. So we sit down and we take like 2 rows of these nice ass seats in this VIP section, and then out of nowhere, like before it actually started, the actual graduation, this
Yes.
old guy, just old guy in this military uniform with like these stars on his thing. I don't know if it was stars or whatever it was. He comes up to us and he's like, "Who are you? You know, who are you here to see?" And I was like, "Oh, my brother, my older brother." And he's like, "Are you gonna follow his footsteps?" And I'm like, this is the 50th time I've heard this, and I'm like, hopefully, sir,
Damn.
that's my goal. But sure enough, I met the highest ranking guy on base, and I shook his hand, and we talked for like a couple minutes. And we
Wow.
were surrounded by all these just high ranking officials. And I remember my brother said that he saw us, and he was like, "What the fuck are they doing up there?" It was such a great experience. And I think that experience was, I don't know, it was.
That would be kind of wild to see as your brother. You're like, what the fuck are they doing over
And like we're in the middle. I don't know if you guys remember it, but like you have the bleachers, the metal bleachers on the sides,
Yeah.
but right in the middle you have like the VIP section where you guys
Mhm.
so some of you guys saluted to and looked to it.
there? Yeah, dude, that VIP.
Yeah, that was
yeah.
like all the important people around.
Yeah, we were legit sitting in there.
Well, um, let's take a quick break. Let's take a 5 minute break.
Let's do
That,
it.
All
that's a
right.
good story. We'll be back right into it. And give us 5 minutes. We'll be right back.
All right, let's do it.
set, go. Okay, welcome back.
Pickle
Oh.
beer.
Well, Ivan, I interrupted you. I didn't mean to. It was break time.
It was break time now. I think we all needed a little break. I was kind of like I needed to go.
But you were
Well,
talking
this
about.
time.
Well, Ivan was talking about how he got fucking the middle seats. If you remember the middle seats, that's where the important people were at.
Well,
My
it was like
parents.
more. It was more on the. Oh, I guess you meant like yeah VIP. My bad. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
yeah, the important people. If you remember, Wolf, like our parents weren't there, dude.
Yeah, fuck no. The middle seats were for like very important
Yeah,
politicians
very
or like
important people. Dude,
someone
And
like that.
it
The
was just
governor.
crazy, cause like my mom randomly just speaking to her aunt like
hmm
on a regular Tuesday evening, you know, just talking on the phone, just talking about how their
we
day
did
was,
graduate on Thursday. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
and like it was just like a super just randomly. Oh yeah, my son's graduating from boot camp. You know, he's in the Marines,
She was
and
like, "Okay."
my aunt's like, oh yeah, my son-in-law's in the Marines. I'm gonna tell him that that he's graduated. So like,
He's like master
just randomly
guns.
just tell him, and then we're just like okay, whatever. Like we didn't think too much of it, or my mom didn't think too much of it because she didn't even tell us the story until later after she told us like what was gonna happen. And sure enough, she talked to her son-in-law, and yeah, like fast forward, we're legit. We're meeting this the highest ranking guy on the base, like shaking his hand, having a conversation with him, like. It's crazy because like you guys would have to salute him and like do all this.
Oh man,
I was just, hey man, nice to meet you. I'm Ivan.
That's
yeah,
fucking awesome, dude.
dude. I remember when I graduated, and um, my poor dad helped me out with like. Do you remember those giant fucking green bags we had?
Oh, Chewy had me. My brother had me carry that. Yeah.
Yeah,
The big
dude.
green the sea bags?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro. I
dude.
remember that. He was like, "Here, take this. Put it on my ass, bro."
Do you remember Churnbo? I heard that motherfucker cry putting this shit in the parade deck.
I don't know if I was there, but I could have swore I heard Turbo cry.
Yeah, I've heard Churnbo cry, but
No,
dude,
I meant like that day. I mean,
no, Ivan, my poor dad helped me, dude. And to this day, I'm like, I should have never asked him because my dad is old, you know. He
Right.
helped me take the sea bag. My dad's like, oh, the he's in San Diego. He's like, oh, the taxi. He's a good dude. It's $10 everywhere. I don't know if $10 around fucking San Diego is good nowadays, but it was back then, you know.
Yeah.
And they had a hotel room by the fucking coast. I'm over here excited, ready to go fuck like with girls in Kansas, and I'm in San Diego, dude. And I remember I told my dad, I'm like, let's go like J.C. Penney's or something. He took me to like the taxi drove us to Marquardt, and I'm picking up clothes at a J.C. Penney, and this chick is like helping me out, dude. She was into me, dude. I didn't get her number or anything because I'm a pussy, right? Like no confidence was built yet.
Yeah, you just got
Co-
out. You're fresh.
confidence was built after deployment, right, Wolf? Like that's when
yeah, you're
confidence
not
was built.
wrong, dude. I've always been afraid of women, but I
Com-
think after
That's
We all are.
crazy. Nah, dude, but like confidence after deployment, that's when it was built, dude. But before deployment, like nah, we're just dudes, you know.
Right.
But yeah, man,
I don't know. I don't know if you guys you guys probably didn't because you guys were busy fucking uh training or getting ready to graduate. But I don't know if you guys ever saw what happens when civilians cross the parade deck.
yeah, dude, they get their pants taken down and brutally butt
Bro,
fucked.
I seen stuff like I seen that happen in front of me where this lady like with the stroller starts trying to cross like starts to cross it from like where the bleachers are at, it's in the opposite side, so it's completely the other side.
Wait.
And she like picks up the stroller, puts it on top, and she's like walking to try to cross to like go to where the seats are at instead of having to walk all the way around like everyone else was doing. And as she's doing it, I'm like looking like back as I'm walking, and I just see like, I don't know, 4 Marines out of nowhere, just different sides, full on sprinting right at her, screaming on the top of their lungs to just get the fuck out of there and get back to where everyone else was.
Yeah, it's like one of those like unwritten rules, I guess. Some people just don't know, but like you're not supposed to
Oh, the
like
parade
walk
deck.
down there.
Oh, the
Yeah,
parade deck is sacred, dude.
yeah.
Yeah, dude, they were yelling. We all were like, "Holy shit!" And I think I think I saw it twice. It happened twice, and bro, both times just Marines just spawned out of nowhere, bro. Like they just joined the voice chat, came out of nowhere, and just straight banned them,
I
bro.
feel
Just,
like people should know not to go there. It's like you see no one else doing it. Like, why would I cut through here? At the same time, you don't know, so it's not exactly her fault. But fuck them, dude.
the parade deck is
It's
big, so like as a mom, she's probably like, "Fuck walking around."
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna walk, like, get the fuck where I need to be. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it was insane, man. I think it was crazy.
I
I think I had a crazy, or not crazy. I had a good experience being on MCRD San Diego.
Well,
It
even
was
that exact parade deck that you're talking about, like Reese and I, we would do like drill on it, and like we'd march on there and do all sorts of stuff. But we had people like that would spit in formation,
oh
like Marines,
yeah,
and they would spit on the parade deck, and they would get their ass beat. They
dude.
would be like forced to like scrape it with their fingers, put it in their pocket,
I
and then just go like get IT'd, which is just like physical.
Do you know what again IT
bullshit.
it is, Ivan?
no, I do not.
It's intensive training. It's pretty much
Oof,
um
oof.
they tell you go get
It's like
IT'd.
physical torture.
It
Like they'll
is.
make you do like very repetitive things. Like it'd be like burpees just like nonstop as they're screaming at you, but then they're like kicking sand in your eyes and in your mouth and shit. And then they'll make you do a bunch of different things at once. And
but
it's just very
but
like
but I want Wolf to explain to you the ultimate torture of boot camp, which I don't think even Diaz experienced. And to this day, me and Wolf reference it, but it's
well, it's definitely like it's you kind of had to be there thing. When I
we,
describe it, it doesn't sound bad, but
we call it Pendleton Square, and you go to Camp Pendleton in second phase, which is Camp Pendleton. It's how far is it from LA?
oh shit, it's about an hour. So from LA, like San Diego is like 2 hours, and
Yeah.
then like Pendleton is in between. So
Mm.
Pendleton's probably like an hour from San Diego ish. I mean, it's like Oceanside ish. But
Yeah.
like
But
when you go to like San Diego's like boot camp, then the month like the middle month out of the 3 month boot camp is at Pendleton. So you like go there and do training. It's like it's in a very shitty area of Pendleton as well. It's just in the middle of
yeah,
nowhere.
yeah. But
Shitty barracks.
these barracks, dude, they have these squares. They have these squares in front of the barracks.
It's like very large courtyards with like it's just all dirt.
Dirt square.
Dirt, and then like they have like a little sidewalk, but it's just like very big square of like sidewalk and like a giant courtyard. And then they make you get these really heavy ammo cans filled with like sand, and you pick one up in each hand and you run you run in a giant square. You're
Mm.
just running doing NASCAR loops with these heavy ammo cans in your hand,
And
and
you're
you're just
running.
dying,
You're
dude,
just
and you're
running.
running,
And
and you're
you're running.
running, and you're running, and you're gonna fail, and you can't fail. You're gonna get the ever living bulk beat out of you, so you better not fail. And you're just going, and you're pushing
Dude,
yourself, and you're pushing yourself, and
Ivan,
you're pushing yourself, and you're pushing yourself.
when we're running, I heard multiple people crying.
Oh, I would be fucking
Yeah,
weeping and
they
crying
were
for my
crying.
mama.
Like, you don't understand. Like, this was unnecessary torture. I remember this big ass dude called Big Baby. This giant Mexican. He was
He was a
crying.
big Mexican guy.
Yeah, he was crying, and
Uh,
I'm
there was
running.
also a guy that like missed a couple days of boot camp. Right before this, is because his mom actually like sadly she killed
Oh
herself, and
yeah,
he was a good guy, dude.
Oh.
And he came back to boot camp. He did her funeral and all that. He was gone for maybe 2 days, maybe 3 days. When
Mhm.
he came back, we're doing this Pendleton Square thing where we're all running around, dude. I mean, like, it's like what is it, like hours of just torture. And they're torturing everyone. So they're individually singling people out, making you run extra, making me run extra. I remember running extra. I remember them like specifically trying to pick on
dude.
me. I remember them
And
picking on that guy, and they were screaming, kicking dirt and sand in his mouth and his eyes, and they were like, "Your mom killed herself because you were gone. Your mom is gone because of you." And I remember hearing that, like, God damn, this dude's like going through a
Damn.
rough ass
yeah,
time. Yeah, dude, it was like real
I
fucking
I
fucked up
promise
shit.
you, they don't do that nowadays. But back then, dude, it was the norm.
Yeah, it really was, dude, and it was a rough time. I fucking that Pendleton Square for some reason it was like
And he
between the
was such a good
physical and
guy.
mental.
I talked to him after he got back, and
Yeah, same dude.
he was such a good dude. But
He was a
like
good guy.
Pendleton
What's
Square,
What's funny is you said he was a Mexican named Big Baby.
Big baby. Yeah, he was
yeah.
a big
We ha-
ass,
Well, I
tall
forget his
ass.
last name. What was his
we
last
had
name?
a we had a
Oh hell.
I had a Mexican friend too, but he was a short, fatter guy. Like he was, I mean, big, like big dude, but he was short. His name was Baby Girl. The
Baby
reason
girl.
the reason why his name was Baby Girl was that song that goes, "Baby girl, what's your name?" He would always repeat that, like that, just that part.
What the fuck?
So then one day we were just like, we're just gonna call you Baby Girl every single time you say that, and he just continued to say that just stem out and say that like phrase. So then he just his nickname became Baby
That's
Girl.
how you get your moniker, dude. That's how you get your call sign, dude. That dude's
And,
baby girl for the rest of his life.
and literally just became his name, and there you go. Shouts out to him. And what's funny is I remember in flag football, 8th grade year, we were playing flag. That we didn't have regular normal tackle football in elementary, so we had flag football, and we had this coach who called on like a couple of his homies he played like college ball, or not college ball, like high school
Ooh,
football with.
yeah.
And so one of the guys came, and the coach already knew we called Baby Girl, like not as a disrespect. That just was his nickname. That's just who he was. And this guy, this other coach who came as a backup coach to help out, he didn't know. So he just heard us calling this guy Baby Girl, this bigger guy Baby Girl, as he's doing stuff. We're just like, yeah, Baby Girl, let's go. And he just fucking yelled at us, told us to run to this spot and back. And we're just confused because we're just like, why? Like, that's his nickname. And like we run there, we run back. He's like, "Get on the knee right now." So we get on the knee, and like he's telling us like, it's disrespectful to call people that, this and that. And then one of the one guy who was very, had the balls to say anything. He was like, "Hey, like that's his nickname. Like we're not disrespecting him. That's his nickname." And then he was like, "All right, well, let me call him over, and don't say nothing. I'm gonna ask him what his nickname is." So he calls him over and he's like, "What's your nickname?" He like looks at us. He looks at the coach, and then Baby Girl looks back at us, and he's like, "My nickname's Baby Girl." And then
Hell
we're just
yeah.
like, "Yeah!"
Hell yeah.
And then the coach was just like, "You guys are good. Go back over there." And we're just like, "Yeah!" Oh man, shout out to him. Shout out
That's
Baby
fucking
Girl.
awesome, dude.
Yeah, no, that was a good time. Shout out Baby Girl. I just reminded me when you said Big Baby. I was like, wait, we kind of have something similar. Good time.
No, Big Baby was athletic. He's just big.
That's
um,
funny though. No, but I think overall, I was gonna ask you guys about a family day because I know my brother did. Did you guys fucking since you guys were pretty much free to do, not free to do whatever you want, but like now you guys can eat regular food. Did you guys fucking demolish food?
Oh, you go first, Wolf.
Oh yeah, it was like after boot camp, like when you could actually eat food. Like obviously you're
Mm.
not supervised on your own. I remember I got back home and I just blended up like Chips Ahoy, Nutella, like ice cream. Just like I started like going all out. I was like, I can't believe I could actually eat food now. But
It's talking about Family Day. What
yeah,
did what did you eat in Family Day?
like when I got out, yeah, I mean family day is like your release day, dude. Like what did I eat? I can't even remember.
I guess
I honestly can't.
what was the what you eat the day was it before the day before graduation?
Oh hell.
Yeah, because I remember my brother. He was like, "Let me get a slice of pizza." So we went to the pizza plot part
Dude,
of like the,
I didn't even do that, dude. I
and
was
then
fucking.
he got like French fries, and he got chicken strips and fries. He got a hamburger. Dude, he was eating everything he could.
I
Dude,
remember doing that, but I have no like recollection of actually what it was. I think I got In and Out probably like after getting out of boot camp, but like I don't even know, man. I just remember being so happy I could be a fat fuck again.
no, I don't. I didn't do any of that.
You
I
didn't.
was
Wh-
terrified. No, I
What do
think
you
I
mean?
ate
What did you eat?
and Family Day nothing. I my
Well, yeah,
parents
but
are
your leave
old.
after that.
My parents are old. Like I couldn't go anywhere. Like because they were like, oh, you gotta walk over here to get fucking dinner at this place, dude. My parents were too old to wait. Like they had already eaten. Like I didn't eat anything on Family Day, dude. Fucking, I think I ate like M&Ms. I didn't eat anything.
What the hell? I
Yeah,
would have immediately gone to get fast food.
no, Family Day sucked for me. It was not
I
good for
forget
me.
Family Day.
No, I didn't eat anything because my parents. I think they ate before they even went to Family Day. What was that?
Oh, a disconnected vibing.
Oh no.
Dude, Family Day. I'm surprised you even remember that, dude. I don't remember Family
How do
Day.
you not?
I don't know, man. I don't remember that at all.
What happened, Ivan?
I don't know. I was just chilling, and I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I'm here.
It's probably the way I set it up, the fucking invitation, honestly.
No,
Doesn't
I'm good.
no, I don't remember Family Day. I didn't eat that much.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
I
No, I forget
remember
like specifically,
I
but
remember going to the restaurant where all the drumsticks ran, and I was terrified. I told my parents, I was like, we gotta leave.
Is that like where right by that water, like that little fancy like
Yeah,
buffet?
that's
Yeah, I remember that. That's
that's where
where
all
we
the
went.
drumsticks was. I didn't want to go there because I was terrified.
Yeah, I think my mom and my dad wanted to have dinner there, or food or whatever, lunch, dinner, whatever. So we went there, and that's the first time we ate with my brother. And I remember him fucking demolishing his food like
No,
within 30 seconds.
no, dude, I didn't eat. I didn't even eat there. I don't think I ate anything.
But yeah, that's where they were like, "Hey, how's it going, man?" Blah blah blah. Like, you want to
No,
join the like your? I'm
no.
like,
When we were
"Bruh."
there, they were being dickheads.
Like I'm just trying to hang out with my brother. Like I'm not trying to think about joining. Like
it's not.
It's
I'm sorry,
funny.
bro.
It's funny because a a recruiter school was actually there in San Diego. If you remember, we were doing exercises, and there's a recruiter school being like, "You got it, you can do it." They're like right there, being fucking
I was gonna say it's not like the drill instructors get like any type of like reward if you join if they recruit anyone. That's like a recruiter's job. So the fact that they're trying to get people to join is like completely on them. That's just like personal. It's like a side quest.
probably is. I mean, look at
Yeah.
the fucking retards we know.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
that was, I mean,
but
it
Family
was,
Day sucked for me, dude. It wasn't until after Family that was good for me.
yeah.
Fucking, what the fuck did you say, Wolf? That you ate some shit and you killed yourself or something?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
I got home because after Family Day, I think you like get released or whatever. You have like 7 days until you go to the combat training. So I went home, mixed up like Chips Ahoy in a blender, with, like Nutella, chocolate ice cream,
You
fudge,
you
all sorts
deserve
of
to
shit.
die. You deserve to die.
I was so fucking happy, bro.
Your blood pressure just
Dude,
shot through the roof.
dude, I think this post is still up on my Facebook, but I was like, I am so happy that I can wake up in my bed and not have to worry about boot camp. But it was literally the day after I got home, and then everyone liked it. And I don't think I posted anything since. And your
Bro, you know what's
post,
crazy that you say that? It's like, do you remember waking up after boot camp like scared? Like you would
yeah,
wake up on a random day of liberty
yeah,
and you're like a free man and you're like, oh, and you like wake up scared, like, are the drill instructors there? Like,
dude, dude, I remember waking up and you're just like fucking, you're like, oh, you're like looking around, and you're like doing fucking drill positions.
That's insane, bro. I could not even imagine that.
Ivan, I need you to cleanse the timeline right now.
I talk to me.
What do you think was the easiest huzz you could pull as a college student?
Honestly, bro, I was
Megan Fox.
subconscious.
Here's the thing: both of you think that you're not as attractive as you really are, but I've seen the
Thank you for
huzz you
thinking
pull.
I'm hot.
Well, I'm about to pull back what I said about you, but
Yeah.
I think you guys do not give you guys self enough credit, because Ivan's pulled enough good huzz, dude.
I tried. I mean, like, I think the one thing, bro, I think what really helped me was like making them laugh. I think that's one thing is like I joke a
Wolf as
lot.
fuck.
I'm a clown, and like that's the thing is like I feel like not trying to make my ego big or whatever, but like I feel like I'm genuinely pretty funny when it comes to like just anything. Like I feel like I have good jokes. I feel like I'm quick with stuff, and I think that's just what helped me. And like I think there's
Like the
times when I
movie
look,
Hitch. Like you're kind of like you got that confidence going. You got
yeah,
that fucking
and like that's all that it is. It's just like it's just that confidence of that. But it's no, I wasn't the one that would go out of my way to be like, I see somebody at a party, I'm gonna, lock eyes and you know what I mean? Like none, it was none of that. I'm the one with like the weather app open, looking at like the weather for next week. Sipping on my drink.
Wh-
That's me.
but you're so young. Like when did you figure out like, oh, I'm not trying anymore?
I think honestly, like a year into my college experience, just because I was like, I feel like I was like still kind of like heartbroken from like a past relationship, but like I was also like I don't know what the fuck was happening, and I was just mad at everything. So I was just trying to hang out with the boys and like just have some
Mm-hmm.
drinks and get high on with some weed or whatever. Like just some normal like college experience, right? Like that's just what I was trying to do,
Yeah.
and I didn't care about the other side, but like obviously I was like on Tinder and all that swiping. So like
grinder
whatever.
was probably a big one of those as well.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if I
Dude,
was on that one, but I was on Bumble.
dude, Bumble and Tinder were the thing, but I think
Yeah,
I
so
think I
I
think
was
now
on
it's
that.
like what, Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge,
Hinge came like towards the end,
and
like
I
right when I
think
was pretty much
Facebook
done.
dating is a thing too.
Face-
Yeah, I heard about that too. You know, honestly, I'm really out of the game. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I did meet my current girlfriend on Bumble, but I mean, I felt like that was a new app when I was
Dude,
using it.
the problem with Bumble, and I'll say this as a man, correct me if I'm wrong, but the thing is, women dictating when a man can respond. Come on, they're gonna
Well,
be
I
like,
think it was just the match thing. I think as long as she liked you, it was like
I,
you
I,
could
I think they've changed it.
yeah,
message
I think
freely.
they've changed it.
Oh no shit. Oh,
I
I'm
think
retarded.
they're limited to something, dude. But
Oh,
no,
I
that's
didn't
how it
know.
was, yeah. But
Oh. Well,
I,
I mean, that's the thing is like it's we're talking about post deployment confidence and being
yeah,
scared of women,
100%.
but I mean, like the whole trick to like flirting is like making sure that they understand the implication that you can hurt them at any point in
No,
time,
okay,
and that
okay,
All
okay,
right.
all
Yeah.
right. Ivan, when were you most confident and the most huzz were coming towards you?
I think that those are two separate things for me because I feel like I was the most confident senior year in high school, but I was with somebody.
Okay.
But I was more confident because like I did I did drama senior year. I had a main role in
You
our
did
in our
trauma?
yeah, I was in drama and I had a main role, one of the main roles, not the main role, but I had one of like, let's say there was like five main roles, like I had one of those. And so I did that and playing varsity football obviously and starting pretty much every game, if not every game, and all this, like I feel like that's when my confidence was the highest. But I feel like that, with like the girl part, I feel like that didn't come until like maybe college, but like that was just when like you would be on Tinder, right, and just start swiping right on everybody, and just whatever you like, whatever you match with, just you know what I mean.
Hmm.
That's just kind of like the early college days, and I feel like it was just two different parts of my life, and I feel like I didn't have confidence on the when I was in college, so I was just like whatever, just swipe right.
Well, if you got a
But
question,
but
no.
do
I was
you
gonna make a joke about Grinder, but no, dude. I mean,
do you
that's
think
a
that
fucking good one right there.
do you think life would be different if you were a fucking alpha chat now in football than what you are now?
I would say no. I feel like my mentality of how I always viewed kind of like women and just kind of girls in my life. I feel like I've never been someone that like would be like, let me go, you know, fully crazy. Like I did have a little period of time, like I said, like when I was swiping right, but like I don't think I've ever was in that mindset. But like I feel like I think I would have still been the same where like I just I feel like I'd fall in love and just chase that
Mm-hmm.
I
and
know
not.
you had that girl. Like, did you ever have like a regret hookup or anything like that when you were doing your thing?
Yeah.
I like that
Um,
laugh. I like that laugh.
shortly after that, the
That is a
breakup.
clear yes.
Surely after the breakup on with the girl that I was dating senior year. Shortly after that, I had a group of guys like that were like my boys since like preschool,
Yeah.
and there was a set of girls essentially from a town over that loved to hang out with us. Essentially, just like let's hang out, just come over, just drink, let's have a bonfire, or whatever. So it was like, let's do that. And it was a Valentine's Day, and they invite us
Ooh.
over to their house. And I think it was 4 or 5 of us. I think it was 4 of us boys, and it was like 6 of them. So we're like, let's go. We had some drinks left over, bottles from a different party or whatever, and we went over, and one thing led to the next. Long story short, I there was someone in the back of my vehicle that ended up just butt naked as I was just peeing outside, and I looked in my car and there was just someone in my car butt naked, and I'm just like, all right, this is happening.
Hell yeah, dude.
So like, but it was like it wasn't like, oh, she didn't know what she was doing. Like no, it was like she's been messaging me like, hey, this is gonna happen, and I'm just like, I was always like, oh, haha, it's not like we're chilling, like it's cool. And then like we were hanging out, and like that thing led to that, and I think it was one of those moments where I look back where it's like, man, we both were like, what the fuck happened? But like, bro, it was honestly like, it was cool, but like, it was like, it definitely was because it was Valentine's Day, and I think both of us realized that. Like, it's definitely because it was just Valentine's Day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, for
But
sure, dude.
I was just out of like a relationship, shortly out of a relationship. It was Valentine's Day, and I was like, yeah, go ahead, go right ahead, touch my pecker. You know what I mean? Like you're good. But that I would say that would be like the one thing, the one time I'm like, yeah, I regret that. That would definitely be like the next day. My boys and I were like recapping, you know, when we woke up in my friend's house, and we're like, they were like, Ivan, where'd you go? And I was like, yeah, and I had to kind of explain it, and we were just like, fuck.
Now I'm
Yeah,
sure that that might be the one that stands out. I'm sure there's more that won't even make it on this podcast. But have you ever had like a scare, like a disease scare, an STD scare, anything like that?
no, thankfully, no. I feel like I have had no scares on that because I feel like every girl that I guess, you know, I did it with, it was like after a while of talking, not even a while, but like we talked for a little bit, and it was like you kind of picked up the vibe, like they were, you know what I mean? They were clean and everything was good. So thankfully, no,
Yeah.
no scare on that. No scare, and I praise God on that part because you know they could easily keep it quiet and it's GG's.
100%.
GG's for sure. And then
Dude.
that's it. You got AIDS.
Yeah. And then the other tell every single sex partner you ever had again. And if you're not hot, good luck. You're not having sex ever again.
Ever.
Yeah, you got to move
Ever
on to
again.
dudes.
Well,
All right.
so okay. So I know we're in topic of relationships, but
Oh,
I guess I can ask you this. So when I was a freshman, I used to have sex with my freshman girlfriend. What was the youngest you ever had with a female?
whoa!
What do you mean, whoa?
I liked it. I don't know. That was question weird, but I like this topic.
That like how young were you, and what advice would you give someone that is like freshly starting? Because and here's why. It's like you go to college or high school. No one tells you about this. No one tells you about the birds and the bees. You have one class. I guess in a sense, what I would like tell you and advice would be enjoy the moment, don't get them pregnant, and just move on.
Yeah, pregnancy is definitely like the biggest
I
no there. You can't get them pregnant. When you're that age, you're 17 ish.
and I don't know how it was for you guys in high school, but when we had after parties for prom, they're like, "You guys are staying here till fucking 6 a.m." They were just
Yeah.
trying to stop us from fucking, dude.
Yeah, no.
You guys had that?
I
Well,
yeah.
yeah, there was like chicks in the limo getting down. I was never part of that.
Oh,
I
obviously,
was like,
I wasn't a part of that either, dude. I drove a
yeah, I
minivan.
wasn't like, yeah. I wasn't like a part of the whole cool kid thing, but you always hear about it, and then you like look back, like that was degeneracy, dog.
It was. It was, yeah.
100%. And I think for me, I'm not proud to admit it. I think for me, when you ask like what would be your advice, I'd say to wait at least
Yeah.
until you're maybe late high school, if not college. You kind of a little
Yeah,
bit of
for sure.
you're a
Uh,
little bit in a better mindset, and I
you
get it
could
right.
always wait. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Like you wait because like you know I get it right. You're like
I
you're a
You
teenager.
want to
You're
get
a
it done
dude.
with.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%. And like for me, you know, it's a shame to admit it, but mine was the day before the first day of freshman year.
Oh damn. That's you
Day
beat me for
the
sure.
day before freshman year, so like you
The
were
day before
14?
fresh, yeah.
Damn.
I-
And she's my age, and like so it was like she was my girlfriend at the
Yeah, she
time.
was
Like
your
she was
girlfriend.
so like it wasn't weird. Now that girl now she does OnlyFans and she actually makes a lot of money from it. But
What the hell?
But no
no, but
one's
yeah,
counting
no that,
that.
and I think that's where it comes from. Just me saying like to
Do you
wait because
want to
like.
plug a link in the podcast or?
But
Yeah, and it's
but here's the
yeah,
thing, though. I think what you're trying to say is you don't have to rush these things, right? Like it's not important.
it really ain't important, and it really don't rush because it's like, looking back at it, it's like right where at the moment you're like, oh, you tell your boys this and that, right? Oh hell yeah, and like, but
It
then
sounds
it's
like
like,
nerdy ass shit when someone tells
yeah,
you just wait and like, get your life together.
a
Yeah.
And you're
hundred
like, that's
percent.
fucking retarded. But
Yeah, I don't want
no.
to do that. Like, I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go bang my girlfriend. Like, she says everything's cool, we're good. Like, blah blah blah, and like, go ahead and do it. And then it's like, now that you're older, you look back and say, maybe I should have been a little bit more mature before.
If like a kid now could focus on something, don't focus on pussy. Like focus on
No,
cash, focus on money, focus on like maybe
learning.
making a business. And
Yes.
obviously, yes, learning 100%. Yeah.
Just like I get, and by learning, I just mean like, just like learn a trade, like learn how to, just do different things. Because it's like you look
Yeah, do
back at it and it's
something.
like
Do
I
something.
wish, like yeah, at the time I was like, yeah, look at me, this and that. But now I'm just like, I look back at it, I'm like, I could have been doing so much, like, I don't know, I could have been learning how to golf. I don't know, but I think it's with what Ruiz said, it's like I think the most important thing is wait, wait till you're a little bit older, wait till you're a bit more mature, know what you're doing, as in like that's your partner, not just wherever you find it with. Just be
Yeah, dude.
patient.
They could be
They'll
doing
come.
fucking golf, pickleball, Magic the Gathering, but at least get good at something.
Yeah,
Focus on something.
just do something else and worrying about the girls, because like at the end of the day, all that naturally will come as you get older. You know what I mean? Stuff will happen, but like as you're growing up, focus on your life, be a kid, grow up, and have fun.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure, dude.
100%.
100%.
Hmm.
I think as long as you enjoy life, like fuck it, dude, enjoy life. You
Yeah.
don't have to, let's fucking listen to these voids. Just enjoy life.
it,
And if a
it
void
really is
comes
that simple.
along and she's one, then maybe listen. You take her along. You don't have to settle down. A lot of these young bucks, um, it's not always marriage and straight to death. It's you can get divorced, but the thing is, you always want to be able to marry someone that I guess is someone compatible, right? Like you don't want
Right.
someone to take everything from you.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't want anything from that from like someone.
Yeah. 100%. And I think that's where it comes to the point where I was saying like, just wait until you're a little bit older, wait until you're more mature.
Well, yeah, of
And
course. I just the big thing I'm about, and you know this about me. I don't want men to be sad. I hate men's mental health to be destroyed. I want men to be able to marry and make children and be able to be capable of, fucking attracting voids. But there's a lot of problems with it, right? Like you have OnlyFans, you have rich fucking rich streamers attracting voids, multiple of them, lying
Mhm.
to them. I just I pray for the day that there's a male um role model that's like, be good, be true to God. That isn't Andrew Tate or like Chloe Kiefer. Like I want them to have a good way to life. And there will be one day, I want You know, because as much as we want to admit that a clavicular is like fucking one tapping Floyd's, he's also not doing that like a good job with, you know, because in reality, like how long, like would you be happier listening to a clavicular than what your life is now? And it's just not
Yeah,
true.
absolutely.
Yeah,
No, absolutely.
Clavicular.
yeah, man. Like if you listen to clavicular's advice, would you be happier now than you were where you are listening to him? I don't even think that dude is happy with his life right now.
Yeah, that's true. You would have to pull certain aspects from it, and it would be yeah.
Yeah, you would have to
Yeah.
pull like certain aspects, and then you're just pulling too much. At this point, you're just playing chess when life is just like a fucking checkers board.
Right.
And I think men deserve happiness, and
That's the biggest thing.
and I'll be honest, I think a lot of it comes from being a protector. And I mean, I could get on and on and on, but I
And
even
I don't know if I ever thought I'd even say this, but I think a lot of it has to do with religion. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you're a little bit religious, at least it guides you with morals, codes to live by, as opposed to like someone who isn't,
well,
which I haven't been my whole life. So
I think religion always comes in the aspect of it's always a beautiful thing to have faith, because why wouldn't it not be a nice thing to have faith, you know?
right,
Right.
If you remember Spangler, you remember Spangler?
yeah,
He always said, "I'm not a religious man, but when shit gets tough, I always pray to the man upstairs." And I
I could
ha-
respect it. I've
and
never
I
been religious
and I
myself,
always
but
I always
nowadays, man,
I always listen to the shit he said, because Spangler is Spangler, and Spangler is just the perfect Marine. But
yeah,
if you look at life and you see that, things are shit, but if you have faith that something is beautiful and pure, how is that ever gonna be shit?
Hmm.
Um, I I'm gonna admit something to you guys I probably wouldn't admit to anybody else, but I got an English version of the Christian Bible about a month ago. It's a Catholic version because I was raised Catholic. I told Wolf, um, I do Lent every year. Even you, Ivan, I do this. I
Hmm.
always do Lent. I always examine Lent, and I even when I was in the military, I would try to do Lent. Don't eat meat on Wednesdays. But recently, I did get an English version of the Bible, and I think faith is beautiful. Really do. I don't think Christianity is an ugly thing to make fun of. Um, Especially in a Christian country like in America. Like, can you imagine making fun of Christianity in America, where there's fucking Muslims trying to take over the country? And it's another thing. Like, I don't know. I think you don't even have to be religious. You just have to admit that Christianity is better than fucking Islam. And I think that's enough for you to open your eyes and examine that, yeah, maybe I should fucking have kids compared to the fucking Islamists that are trying to get rid of us. Because
and all of it, even Islam, is better than following the Talmud. But which fucking version? What are you talking about? Which what did you buy? You bought a Bible, the Catholic version?
Islam is not better than anything.
Well, it's
Islam is
definitely
the
better than
Islam
following the Talmud. I'll tell you that.
Islam is the reason why the Crusades happened. And
It was a part of it, yeah.
Catholicism. The fucking King Baldwin led the last fucking crusades that destroyed the Islamist spread of European countries. This was fucking years and years ago. If you ever seen I mean, obviously, fucking Ivan probably was raised Catholic,
Hmm.
but I don't want you guys to be like, oh, religion is important. I want you to open your eyes to God or examine it in your own ways. But I did. I got myself a Catholic Bible, and I have it in my room with me. And I'll admit I haven't opened it yet, but I want to. But I always thought religion isn't a thing that you should not, you know, be like, this is cringe, because it's not. Religion is never
Oh
gonna
Yeah.
be
yeah,
cringe.
no, it's definitely not cringe, and I think that's the beauty of it, and I think that's why, like, for me, I feel like, excuse me, not to, like, continue any way, but like, I think for me, I think that's the beauty of what I've always understood about religion, right? Is like you have your own take on it, and like you understand it how you do it, right? And like how you understand it. And I think for me, when it comes to religion, I feel like I go about it of like I'm gonna learn it how I learn it. I'm gonna understand it how I do it, and like by that I mean like I'm gonna interpret it how I interpret it. I'm gonna read it, I'm gonna study it, and how I interpret it is how I interpret it. And I think that's the beauty
Like
of
to a certain
religion.
extent, yeah. And then it's like it provides the like moral like
Yeah,
framework and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
and
one hundred
like,
percent.
and that's
sense
the
of
beauty.
community. It
Yeah,
gives
and that's
everyone
the
like
beauty
that
of it.
cultural.
And like, I think that's why like it's the beauty of it. And I think for everyone, it's just like it is nice to have something like that, and like it like Rui said, it's not cringe. It's something that's beautiful, and I think a lot of people can learn from it. But I think for me, it's like I've always been big on like I'm just gonna do it for me and just understand it for me, because at the end of the day, it's just gonna benefit me, and this is how I feel, and this is how I love, and this is how I express myself, and that's how it
Yeah,
is
for
for
sure.
me. Yeah,
It gives society some law to abide by and that whole
absolutely.
community and
And I think it's important to even as us Mexicans, like, the United States was created on a Christian culture.
yeah.
Uh, it wasn't based on fucking Indians. It wasn't based on Islam, and we should see that. Like,
And it
whenever you see,
also was not based on slavery, dude. And I'm not trying to pull something. I'm just saying it was about freedom to begin with, dude.
and when you see like um when you see something sort of like trying to be like white guilt, or I think Ivan's a patriot. I really do. I think he wouldn't wave a fucking Mexican flag and be like, "Oh, Mexico's better than the U.S." I don't think Ivan would ever do that, and I would 100% ever do that, because in reality, Mexico is inferior to the United States, and any other person to depict or be like, "Oh, the United States owes us this," but I'm raising a flag of a different country is insanity. I I just wish Mexicans were more patriot. When you're living in the United States, speaking the language, you deserve to be more patriotic to a country that actually cares about you versus a country that fucking abandoned you.
Hmm.
And that's what Mexico is. It abandoned you. It's not ruled by anyone. It's ruled by cartels. It's a false prophecy. And it always will be. As long as, it's owned and will be sold to cartels.
Yeah, nah, I see.
I don't know, man. I've seen Breaking Bad. Doesn't seem too bad to me.
I mean, the main characters that showed are dead or hiding.
Yeah, that
But
was a good show, though.
that's the reality. Like, do you want to live in a world where there's cartel members? Um,
I don't even know if we can avoid it.
at this point, if you wanted to avoid it, it'd be You know, it'd be territorial fucking warfare. It'd be something beyond just diplomatic shit. And a lot of people aren't okay with like the systematic you know, this is what has to
You're
be
talking
done.
about territorial stories, Ivan. Fucking, I moved units in 2016, and I went to my unit solo, and I was I was kind of like, I go there, I don't really know anyone. It's kind of like moving to a new town almost. Like I'm in new barracks. I don't really know anyone, they've all known each other for years and I'm like that new guy. So I get there and like I invite Reese and some of the other people over that I had known. It was like a weekend day and I'm like, "Oh, I want people over." I'm in my new barracks. And I had this big like 50 something inch TV and I was playing music. We're playing a drinking game and it had to do with like a deck of cards where like you flip cards over and you like stack turns to where someone takes a certain amount of shots and I kept getting fucking landed on. These motherfuckers are plotting against me. Bro, I would take shot after shot, chug beer after beer. I was getting fucked up and like, it was like a long night of hanging out. It was towards the end of the night, and then it got to the point where I was like, I was getting picked on, dude. Like they were like intentionally landing on me where I was getting like blacked out, where I could see it, where these motherfuckers were getting me, and I'm like, you motherfucker. And I remember like I was like causing an argument and I told this guy, JC, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing this for? And he's like, what? And I go to my fridge and I get an unopened beer can of Bush Light. And
Hold on,
I like,
hold on. Let's take a break there. We are at the 3 hour mark. Let's take a quick break.
oh, damn, bro. The
Yeah,
fuck, 3 hours?
Yeah, let's take a break.
let's take a
All
break.
right.
Here we go.
But it was honestly a dumbass story. It's not even that fucking cool.
I
Anyway,
remember
it was retarded.
it
It was
was
like
kind of dumb.
we're all drinking. I felt like I was being ganged up on at the same time. Like I was so drunk. Like who knows if I really was? You know, I probably was because like I remember
Dude,
like they
I
were like they
at
were like
at
teaming
that
up on me,
time
but it
at
was
that
like kind of like if someone's drunk like I was, like why wouldn't you? You know, it was just
Mhm.
fucking it was dumb. And then like I got mad and then I went to the fridge. I had an unopened can of Bush Light. It was like unopened. It was just a can of Bush Light. It was like a regular fucking beer can. And I straight up Otani fucking chucked it at this dude's head, at his face, and it fucking like cut his fucking head open.
Oh
And
shit.
he got fucking mad. So he gets up, he grabs my fucking 50-inch TV, and he slams it on the fucking floor as hard as he can. I was like, what the fuck? And then I got even more mad and I started getting fucking primal, like I'm like chimpanzee, just drunk autistic. I mean, I
Dude,
started
here's the
screaming and
funniest part. They went to go look for Reese, but they found the other guy, and they like they woke him up, and it wasn't me. they they woke up some random Reese dude, and then he became the mediator for this fucking debate.
right. Well, the fight, him and I were fighting. So it was a snowy night and it was a icy night and it was late at night and we're fighting on the catwalk and it was like I'm slipping as I'm throwing punches and like I'm getting hit. I'm getting
Dude,
a couple hits
I'm on
in, not
first
much,
deck. Hold on, I'm
but
on
like
first deck, passed out. By the way,
I'm getting like a couple hits in, but like I'm getting hit as well. But like we're both slipping on snow, like on ice. So like he leaves, and like I was just mad, and I was like mad. I was like fucking, and then I literally get in my car, almost blacked out, and I drive all the way like I don't know, like a fucking 5-minute drive down the road, which isn't far, I guess, but down the road to his barracks. And I wake up another Ruiz, and I'm like, you need to fucking wake up this guy. You need to fucking get him out here. I'm gonna fight him. And then like we had like another fight outside the
I'm
barracks,
I'm passed out of my barracks room. By the way,
and then Ruiz isn't even conscious. And then
Reese
like fucking
Reese isn't even the guy that was there.
the other Ruiz that is like mediating this now is like just lost. Like, why are these two fighting? And then like we're like trying to fight in the snow, and then I go back, I drive back all the way to my barracks, and like I'm fucking like half crying, like what the fuck? I'm so mad, and I'm like fucking calling people from back home, like this motherfucker is dead. I want his fucking house burned to the ground. Like I was just mad, and then I wake up the next morning like, hey, my bad, I'm retarded.
dude, dude, that was the point right before I went and I met Diaz. Like this was when like the Marine Corps didn't want me. Like I was living off the grid. This was when I was like no one cared about me. I was living off nothing. And it's sad. Like there should never be a point where you're living off the grid. And it was because the staff sergeant was like, I don't want you here. And he was mad at me. He was mad at me because um he went on leave and I didn't like was like, oh staff sergeant, oh, nice to meet you. It's because I ignored him the entire time I went on leave once and I saw him and he was mad at me. So after that I was like, you know what, you're bitch
What does
made.
the name start with here?
Oh dude, it was a staff sergeant right before after Little. I can't remember his name. He was bitch.
After.
Yeah, he was bitch made. He was really bitch made. But yeah, he was bitch made. And after that, he was like, I don't want you here. So then I was like, whatever. And I just spent the rest of my days playing fucking PS Vita and watching YouTube videos.
I feel like that's a fair response. I feel like I would have done the same
Do you think What is scarier to you, Ivan? Um, not having a job in the military, while you're in the military, or just big unknown?
I think for me, I th- truthfully not having a job. I think I am okay with the fact that like at least now. I don't know how I would have been
No, because
younger, but
you're 100% right. Like you need a legal legacy.
yeah. But I feel like now I'm more of like, you know what, like leave me alone. I don't care. Don't bother me. I'm trying to live my life and be happy here. So yeah, no, mm,
Even then,
yeah,
you would have left like your legacy, like junior marine.
yeah, that's fair. No, most definitely. I feel like,
Do you have any advice for younger guys?
mm, I think looking back now, I feel like I wish somebody would have told me to really know that it's okay to try things. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
okay to try different things. It's okay to have different wants and different aspirations. As in, it's okay to think you can be a streamer. It's okay to think that you could be a professional golfer. It's okay to try and to do different things. Join the military. Join some club. Join whatever. Like it's fine to do these things and to fail because there's always something nice that can be your new thing.
And
I
like,
think
and add on that, lift weights, date intentionally, and try to
hundred
eat
percent,
clean.
and just it's okay to try new things, and it's okay to fail because I wish somebody would have told me when I was younger that it's you don't have to have everything figured out now. You don't have you don't have to have the answer tomorrow or next week. It's okay to try different things and not work out because those are just moments where you grow and you have moments of where you gain knowledge and you're in a better mindset and you're in a better spot. So I think my advice would be to try different things and know that if it fails, it's okay. There's always gonna be something new, and it's like the whole saying is like we go again, we go again.
I I I agree with you. The only thing I would add is I think it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you nailed it. Don't give up.
There's always something new, man. There's always gonna be something new. There's everyone goes through different moments of their life where they have different likes, different aspirations. Just try it.
Even if you don't know what the fuck you're gonna do, like if you just build a skill, no matter what it is, and you focus on it, like that's cool, dude. Just do that, lift weights, and try to fucking network with people, and you're gonna like end up finding your fucking way.
I think networking is the most beautiful and the most best thing that you could do. It's because it's get to know people, because you never know. You make a good impression about, on one person, just like how it was like, when I explained the story of like, we were in VIP seating when it came to graduation for my brother's, Marine
You
Corps
said that. You
graduation.
also said like even dude, I've met dudes that I was a part of when I was like a twosome on the golf course and like I was just playing. I was bullshitting. Dude joined in and he was like he offered me a job basically by like the end of the fucking round. I'm like, what the fuck? Like
That's the thing, and
it's
that's the
just cool,
beauty.
dude. It's just
Just
cool. Like you got to network, bro. You just got to
network
be a
is just talk, man. First impressions, I've always said for me, at least for the people that know me, I've always said first impressions are big. People. Some people might think you're the nicest person, but some people might think you're the meanest person because that's the first impression they got from you. And so I think in general, just like network and just like realistically, just you know what I mean, like have that good first impression to people. You know,
Hmm.
leave them with something to remember you by, and go ahead and just try different things.
I was literally gonna say just you know, seek God, seek Jim, and have kids. That's literally what I was gonna say.
I think that's pretty much just sums it up, and I think
That
that's why that was what it was for so long. And
and
recently it's changed, but
and I don't think. I mean, Ivan, he's lived a different life than us, and I don't think it's even changed for Ivan.
yeah, I mean, but arguably, Reese, you and I, we've lived very different lives at the same time. We've lived the same life, but in different aspects. But yeah,
Hmm.
I, 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 I think one thing I do regret is I don't
letting
have
me borrow
kids.
the warming layers.
No, that that was hilarious. I we could tell Ivan this story, but one thing I wish I had more control over was the fact that you know I had kids, because if I had kids, that means I had more people that were just normal in the world, more patriots.
At the same time, dude, you would have never had this podcast, and then we would have never had global control. We're like Mr. Beast with his podcast, dude.
No,
3
dude.
viewers, dog. I don't
Three
even know what to
viewers?
do with this kind of fame.
Really? Just wait till we post it on YouTube, then we'll get four.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
No, I'm
that's
kidding.
that's more than one. That's just another step into our staircase, right? Another
I
level.
I just think
All jokes, but it really could blow up into something. You never know.
You never know.
I just think that us as men, especially Americans, we want to have kids. We want our kids to have kids. We should want more for our kids, and that's why I think it's important for us to have kids, especially Americans, patriots. I don't want a fucking communist to have kids. Fuck you, get the fuck out. but but I know you guys are patriots, and our stories are important, and I think men's health is important. Um, I
Never
think,
too late, dude. You can always like adopt a
dude,
kid. Like Angelina Jolie
my
went to
sperm
adopt a
is good,
African
bro.
kid.
My sperm is good. I'm not adopting nothing, dude. My
You
sperm
can
is good.
adopt an African kid. There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yes, there is. The fact there's an African kid in fucking
All
America.
right. All right.
Nah, you could have definitely adopt him, bro.
I think there's beauty in the fact that
He would lift weights very efficiently.
I want an American kid. I I'm glad this podcast is a thing. I really do. I'm glad I can share my thoughts with Ivan, and I'm glad I can share my thoughts with fucking Wolf. I guess
It's all right. Our thoughts are the same. We're good.
it's insane that you know things have been explored in different realms when it comes to the military. But I guess we should just probably fucking end this podcast today. With
It's
that
been a pleasure.
with that being said, should we look at one more Terminal Boots?
On that note, Ivan, I hope you do come back. Do you have any closing statements?
I think first thing I want to say is I appreciate it. For me, I love to talk. I love yapping. I love hanging out and just having good conversations. So first off, I just want to say thank you to both of you guys for allowing me to come on. Um, I'm always gonna be a supporter, a viewer, and I would love for this podcast
Bro,
to
you
become
you
something
you
much
could
bigger.
come on next week if you wanted to.
And if I can, I'd be great. If not, like I said, I'm always gonna be watching. So I just want to say I appreciate both of y'all for having me on. This has been fun, and I really appreciate you guys just letting me explain me and tell me and my stories, and hopefully in the future we could tell some more stories about our past. But no, I think I just
And
If I
for
could
sure,
leave,
dude, I think it's up to you, dude. If you want to come on, come
Yeah,
on.
man.
you know, absolutely. I don't. I would love to, and I think it would be fun, and I would love to, you know, come and have
Here's
some
what we're gonna do
adult
next week.
beverages.
Here's what we're gonna do next week. We'll have Ivan, and then we'll book one of your friends, Wolf.
Have some interesting people, dude.
Or we could book the other guy I have. What about that?
I mean, we'll discuss it within the next 3 days.
Yeah, but
Well,
Ivan,
by
you're welcome any day of the week.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. No, regardless, I appreciate it. And no, let's, you know, let's build and let's bring each other up and let's be kind to people and
Yeah,
be
man.
kind to each other. I think that's just my final remark is, you know, be kind to each other, love each other, and just be nice. Be nice to people. It goes a long way because you never know what people are dealing with. So
for sure.
just
Oh,
be nice.
100%, dude. Yeah, I've been
I
preaching that
appreciate it.
since day one.
I appreciate it regardless. So thank you guys regardless. For real.
Well, thank you for coming,
Yeah, for
man.
sure, dude.
We
Yeah, thank
appreciate
you.
you.
Thank you.
Been a
Thank you.
fun one for sure.
Well, with that,
Let's
I guess it's the end. I appreciate everyone's here. Good night, good morning, and good evening, wherever you are, and I hope you have a good day.
peace. Thank you guys.
Peace, peace, peace.